there might be no one. I'd be okay with that. No one being here. I just realized my chat is wrong. Hang on. I can get this working. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pre-BlizzCon me talking to you guys stream. I'm your host, me talking to you guys. Hope things are doing good for you guys. I thought I'd get something appropriate on my background here. Figured that would be acceptable. I don't know. Excuse me. Still recovering. Still not feeling great, if I'm being honest. What? Stream offline? Hang on, that doesn't sound right. See if I'm actually live here. Am I live? Okay, I am apparently live. Jesus, please. I swear, what am I gonna do? I am live, okay. Confirmed, in addition to confirmed. Hey, FM Nito. Hey, Cloud of the Stars. There. Go ahead and toss out a tweet about this as well. I'm actually streaming a little bit early because I felt like it. And that's my reasoning. I felt like it. Why not? By the way, what you're seeing is some of the Legion lore run behind me here that will inevitably be played during the Legion lore run, whenever we get to that. Hey, Anthony. As of right now, it looks like it is 24 minutes, roughly, until BlizzCon's own pre-event thing happens. And we'll see if that's any good or any bad. I'm also going to be testing a brand new method of restreaming today. So hopefully that'll work better than it has in the past. If you remember, during E3, this year actually, we were having issues with stuttering. So hopefully this will work a lot better than that. Unfortunately, there's no way to test that until it's live. So we'll see when it goes there. Also, if my voice sounds weird, it's because I am still actually sick and have been hacking up stuff all day. It's been great. So forgive me for the sound of my voice. Hopefully it'll be fixed for tomorrow when we're playing through Call of Duty. Weird day, by the way. Weird day. So, two of my relatives have birthdays today. Call of Duty comes out, Thor Ragnarok comes out, and it's BlizzCon. All of this is happening today. I won't be seeing Thor until Sunday. Excuse me. And then we'll be talking about Thor, after that. But what are you gonna do? So, just glancing at the BlizzCon event thing, it looks like, at the very least, even if we don't get a lot of news about announcements or whatever, it looks like we're gonna get something as far as what they're doing with all of their games. Oh god. Fear. I'm not doing the voice today. I can't do it today. Sorry, but. Thank you very, very much, Incompetence Machine, for those Twitch Prime subs, as ever. Those are hugely important. I was actually just on the phone today with one of those family members. I just mentioned telling her how awesome you guys have been with those Twitch Prime subs, and how useful and helpful those have been, so thank you. Now, so we've got opening ceremony. Obviously, I'm going to be restreaming that myself. We're going to have that back here, or in front of. I haven't decided yet on an exact format. I'm still thinking about that. Then they're having a WoW panel, talking about what they're doing with WoW, talking about what they're doing with Starcraft 2, talking about what they're doing with Hearthstone, and talking about what they're doing with Overwatch. So I am hopeful that we get something. I don't know about you guys, but there's stuff I want out of all of those games. Now, statistically speaking, it's not going to happen. Takoida, actually, and we're both just talking about this, because it would be awesome if, for example, Overwatch came out with a co-op campaign. Like, Overwatch is built for a co-op campaign. Probably not going to happen. New maps, new gameplay modes in Heroes of the Storm, probably not going to happen. New co-op modes, new campaign like the Nova campaign in StarCraft 2 would be awesome. Probably not going to happen. New Diablo 3 expansion or something, or Diablo 4 something, Probably not going to happen. I actually noticed something recently, and I'm not sure what I think of it. Excuse me. Have you noticed that, for the most part, Blizzard doesn't actually sell single-player stuff anymore? I mean, the veracity of that could be argued. You could play WoW right now single-player. You could play Starcraft 2 single-player. But for the most part, WoW and MMO, Starcraft 2, which is mainly pushing, you know, the multiplayer arena tournament stuff. Hearthstone, of course, almost universally multiplayer. Overwatch, again, almost universally multiplayer. It's Diablo 3, which is basically all the patches and content they've been pushing out has been more multiplayer stuff. You know, I've noticed this, and I'm worried about it if I'm being completely honest, because I just have no interest in the majority of the multiplayer stuff. Yeah, I mean, Diablo 3 is a single-player game. That is true. You can play that whole game alone. It's a lot more fun with a friend. Diablo 3 is kind of different, because Diablo 3 is a full co-op thing. Like, that's pretty much definitively a co-op game. Whereas Here's the Storm and Overwatch and Starcraft 2 can be co-op games. But yeah, I mean, all of these games, I would love some additional co-op love, some additional single-player love, some additional campaign/content. That would all be awesome. Probably not happening because they've been leaning so heavily on the multiplayer, let's call it what it is, service industry side of things. For the record, no, I don't think that's Activision involved there. That's not how corporate politics work. It is far more likely that this is just Blizzard, who is looking at the situation and saying, this is what sells right now. I mean, it's hard to deny the fact that a lot of these multiplayer aspects of these games have been selling like crazy, right? I mean, they have been making fairly decent amount of money on the multiplayer side of things. God, my voice is getting worse and worse. Give me a second here. So, FM Nito asks, any predictions about WoW? Very likely what we're going to go ahead and see is some announcement about the upcoming expansion. I would be astonished if they didn't at least mention the new expansion. Now, how much information we get on that's a little bit debatable, but for those of you not aware, Christy Golden's latest book has already had a... No, I'm talking like this on purpose, guys. Of course I'm sick. I've been sick for the last 2 days. 3 days, excuse me. Come on, guys. I was sick while I streamed 2 days ago. Anyways, so Christy Golden has already... They've already given out the prologue to her new book, and that's been given out to people at BlizzCon, physically at BlizzCon. We already have copies of that distributed on the internet, pictures and all that if you want to read it. If you don't want to be spoiled, I'm going to keep relatively quiet about it. All I'm going to say is that it would be amazing if they didn't add something for World of Warcraft, given the fact that they have a book about World of Warcraft at BlizzCon, right? I vastly prefer the patronage, MunchDK. This is true for everyone, by the way. Patreon takes about 15% or so of... I know, right, Dakota? Patreon takes about 15% or so. Twitch takes 50%. So I universally prefer Patreon when it comes to donations and whatnot. That's why I only ever ask for the Twitch Prime subs, the ones that are basically free for you guys. What else? I had something else I wanted to mention about this. So, what I'm hopeful for. Let me give you what I'm hopeful for. I'm hopeful for another Pandaria. I'm hopeful for another Break expansion where things start off kind of low-key. A lot of lore. Pandaria had a huge amount of lore. And a lot of it seems self-contained. You know, the Shah seemed like a self-contained thing. The Mogu seemed like a self-contained thing. And then both of them kind of developed into part of the overall arc, you know, the grand story of the setting. And of course, that concluded with the epic war and final clash against Garrosh. So it started off seeming irrelevant and then became very relevant and really moved the story forward in an awesome way. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. That's what I want from the next expansion. I want something that's like, all right, we're going to take a breather. You know, after Legion, it seems logical to me that we should have a breather, right? Legion, God's sakes. And then, all right, let's take a breath, deal with some local stuff, deal with some lower tier stuff, and then build up to whatever the next direction is they're going with the story. Whether it be more Horde versus Alliance because we can't get enough of that PvP, or if it's going to be something like, we're finally going to go after the Void, something like that. Yeah, the South Seas is a possibility. We've all seen the hints about Kultiras. That's obvious, really, at this point. I am going to say this. I don't think we're at a point of civil war in the Horde, but politics are certainly becoming involved. I will say this. One thing I've talked about a lot is whether or not Sylvanas is evil, and it depended on information that we didn't have access to. Even with information that is currently available to me, I can now amend that statement and say that Sylvanas is complicated rather than just evil or good. And I think that's awesome that they're going that direction with it. What's our timer at? Looks like we got about 14 more minutes. I've been talking a lot already. I know what you meant, Dr. Nimbus. I know what you meant, but the possibility of a Forsaken Civil War or a Horde Civil War has been brought up lately. At this point, Indiana Joe, the only way for that to happen would be for them to completely fundamentally change how an MMO works. In other words, and this is something they could do, they probably won't, but rather than continuing to play... Who am I playing back here? Sinistral. Rather than continuing to play Sinistral, who is a level 100 Doom Warlock who is in charge of the Black Harvest Council, I could basically keep playing as a new character, effectively a reroll who carries forward some new stuff, something like that. Some way to basically reset the power level of the players while still acknowledging and not forcing them to literally reroll. Because you can reroll now, but I'm trying to think. This is something that's never been done before, basically. This is something that's never been done before. But the idea of, all right, I'm going to turn Sinistral from a level 100 Warlock into a level 1 blah, right? Something happens, some big story event happens. There's lots of ways you could explain this. Power of the Void rips out our knowledge, our power. We almost die, or we actually do die, and we're badly resurrected or barely resurrected, And we get up, and we are now much weaker as a consequence, and that's what's required to go through the new content. That's something they could do. It would have people up in arms, I guarantee you. But at the same time, this is World of Warcraft. Everything they do gets people up in arms, so at this point, who gives a crap, right? So that's an idea. I sincerely doubt it, but it'd be cool, because no MMO has really done something like that, not really. It's kind of similar to what WoW was originally thinking about doing with hero classes, if you remember, where we were going to do this thing. Hey, I'm even in Shalamance right now. Where, you would level a paladin, and then you would reset to level 1 as a Death Knight. That was the original way that hero classes were being talked about, all the way back in Vanilla and BC. So, at the very least, it's something that is possible. Yeah. Of course they would, Indiana Joe, but again, people throw fits all the time, so at this point, I don't really think that should be relevant. I also think if they're going to do this, if I was in charge of this, I would make a toggle or something so you could switch back. If you go back to Cataclysm, you switch back to being the level 100 Warlock instead of the level 3 whatever, right? So that way you don't actually lose any of your progress or gear from your previous playstyle, and you could go do older stuff again, so... I don't disagree, Necrogangster, although it's worth noting that, Cataclysm was really clearly leading up to something, and then we got Pandaria. And then Pandaria was a huge build-up about the Legion, and then we got Warlords. Although Warlords... I've talked about that. And yes, the third Lich King is definitely active. I don't think it's even a spoiler at this point to say that. The third Lich King's up to something. I guarantee that with 100% certainty. A new hero class? I mean, a new class is possible. Based on information, I'd say it's more likely we're going to start getting sub-races in the next thing. But I just got to say, based on how a certain character... I'm not going to spoil anything, because we're not spoiling Legion stuff here. But based on how a certain character in Legion looks, the idea of a Void Elf, if I could look like that, sounds kind of awesome. And yeah, where the hell is Kel'Thuzad? God damn it, where the hell is Kel'Thuzad? We know he's alive. That has been confirmed like 3 times now. Kel'Thuzad is still active somewhere. Where the hell is Kel'Thuzad? And it's not like the usual problem that we face in real life is we can't get a hold of the actor or whatever, but Michael McConaughey is actively doing voice recording work for Blizzard. He just recently voiced the Lich King for the recent Hearthstone expansion, and he voiced Kel'Thuzad very recently in Heroes of the Storm. So it's not like they can't get a hold of Michael McConaughey, right? But yeah, at this point, I have plenty of things I want to happen, but statistically speaking, it's probably going to be sub-races. That's very likely at this point, and it's probably going to be something about the Further War and the Void. Those are the 3 things, and Kul Tiras. Those are the 4 things that have already been hinted at and already been building up to throughout Legion, and from data mining, and from what they've presented, so who knows. Although, one question. So what do you guys think about the fact... What do you guys think about the fact, I kind of got not get too excited here, that they censored the Lordaeron image? For those of you who know what I'm talking about. Dude, Iron Dwarf, that's all I'm saying. About 9 minutes till they start, by the way. Oh, are they... We're not even sure of that, though, Dr. Nimbus. We're not even positive of what's going on with Kul Tiras right now. It's been so absent in the lore. But I agree, it is possibly the last remaining kingdom. See, what confuses me is why would the Lordaeron symbol be the thing? Like, why... Okay, it's the Lordaeron symbol, whoop-de-crap, right? Right? That could be Necro. That would be cool. If we ever get a proper... I've been wanting a proper remake of Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, and Warcraft 3 for years now. The time was ripe for it. They had the Starcraft 2 engine, which is a brilliant engine. Very malleable engine. And they had the Warcraft movie, and they were coming up with Warcraft Chronicles. And the time was ripe for it, and it didn't happen. So, you know, that's a little torch I'm still holding in the background there. 8 minutes left. I'm going to start shifting over. So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. You don't need to see that guy, right? How do I want to do this? Hopefully not Nero's as, but who knows. That's the other problem. They might just do the StarCraft remastered thing with Warcraft and 1-2, which I don't want. That's not a remake. I don't want that. You know? I talked about this. I mean, they did a good job with the StarCraft remaster, and they never called it a remake. They labeled it properly, but that's not what I want. I want a proper remake of Warcraft 1, 2, and 3, and actually StarCraft, if I'm being honest. Although the StarCraft remaster is nice, so whatever. Oh gosh, for those of you seeing me, you know, who haven't seen me stream it, this isn't what my voice usually. I actually don't even know what my voice sounds like. My voice sounds really weird to me right now. Oh, okay, let's go ahead and... So you don't need to see me. Possibly Narlex, I heard about that too. James, am I really that deep right now? Alright, where's the background? There it is. So we're just going to move this forward. The remaster would be the safe option. It's probably the same reason they did the remaster for StarCraft. So we're going to turn off subs, donations, and bits for the moment. Don't want to be interrupted here. And you really want to... I'll tell you what, why don't I do this? Where's the webcam? Let's get rid of this too while we're here. And we'll make me nice and small. Hi guys, I'm going to be way down here. Kind of like I did for the one thing. I think I'm going to get rid of chat just because it's going to cover so much of the screen. All right, let's test this because it should be up now. Let's see if this actually works. Hey, start Movia. Come on, work. Whoops, I spelled it wrong. Gosh darn it. Work. Okay, hopefully it's working and not bugged. Let's kill the music. How's the audio? You should hear, like, the crowd sounds. And I want to make sure that you guys can hear whatever they're about to say. Yeah, see, I'm probably going to get rid of the chat. It's just going to cover too much of the screen for this. Sorry, guys. So I'll be down here. Shoutcasting. Okay, you can hear it. Northrend music playing. You hear that?
BlizzCon's all-access pre-show is just 5 minutes away. Let's get this party started already.
I'm not actually sure, Darker. Okay, close this out now because I got that going. Yeah, Northrend has some awesome music. Although, honestly, there's some really good music in a lot of WoW. Yeah, that was loud to me too. Sorry, guys. I could turn this down rather than turning the stream down. Okay. Yeah, Storm Peak's music is still one of my two favorite songs in the entire game. I was actually just thinking that, Dakota. Sadly, it doesn't look like there's anything. There's Hearthstone, Here's the Storm, Diablo, Warcraft, Starcraft, Overwatch. I don't see anything else, although I am not that observant. I haven't checked everything, so shrug. Anyone remember when they announced Diablo 3 and they had something that was clearly designed to look like a Protoss, slowly becoming more and more visible? You remember that? Yes, I am, Mitch Connor. I am allowed to restream this. I am not allowed to restream anything after the opening ceremony, but I am allowed to restream this. I checked my P's and my Q's and all that fun stuff. I am hopeful that they will announce some stuff here so this won't just be a waste of time. I will probably just go ahead and talk about the other stuff that's been announced later. Oh, by the way, there will be no lore week this week, as a heads up. So yeah, next thing is going to be WoW, What's Next, which is actually going to be talked about at the same time as StarCraft 2, What's Next. And then they're going to do a Hearthstone, What's Next, a Blizzard Social, Who Cares, and then Overwatch, What's Next. And that's all pretty much going to begin the day today. And then they're going to do some other stuff, which is cool in its own right. And I haven't even seen the schedule for tomorrow. Actually, I could Indiana Joe, but the only way to do that would be to be really boring, basically. Like, I'd have to be like... I'd have to mute the audio, so all you'd hear is me, which is already boring. And then I'd have to have, like, something random in the background. So, irrelevant stuff there. Oh, by the way, whether it's good or bad, I decided to comb over the Activision Blizzard earnings call, which was yesterday. And it was actually very interesting, because the way they're slanting it is interesting in its own right. They weren't as informative as I would like. But then again, this is the publicly released stuff, so what are you going to want? Either way, the amount of active players in their overall service industry focus, which I mentioned earlier, has been up by a significant amount. The one bit of good news from the earnings call is that Legion has actually been doing quite well. Subs are good. I think someone hit play early. So we hear some Bastion in the background there. Oh yeah, someone definitely hit play earlier. Or play early, rather. I wish I could sound like this on demand. That'd be awesome. Unfortunately, I can't. Yeah, Overwatch has been selling exceptionally well and has been pulling in a lot of interest and a lot of money. So has Hearthstone. Despite everything, Hearthstone is actually still going strong. So I don't have like a jalapeno or something I can eat if I'm wrong. But, you know, that... Awaken, my child, and embrace the glory that is your birthright. Know that I am the Overmind, the eternal will of the swarm, and that you have been created to serve me. Behold, that I shall set you amongst the greatest of my cerebrates, that you might benefit from their wisdom and experience, yet your purpose is unique. I have that speech memorized because I've performed it before. Oh, I think they're actually starting. There is no life in the void, Narlex. Only death.
Now, let's join our hosts at the All Access channel.
And then...
some things are just worth fighting for.
Okay, this looks like just a generic opening. I'll do it. Nothing fancy here.
We can make a difference again. The world needs us now, more than ever. Are you with me? Open fire!
I know, right, Narlex? That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Uh-oh. I'm gonna mute this just in case, guys. Sorry. Just in case. They're not saying anything. It's just a song. Get hyped, I guess. Sorry, FM Nito. I mean, it's a good song, minus the lyrics. You know, I still haven't played as the new guy in Overwatch. I haven't played as him, and I haven't played as the Necromancer in Diablo 3 yet. Oh. Are we finally starting? Maybe. There we go.
We
Okay.
are coming to you live from the Anaheim Convention Center, and this was the scene outside earlier this morning, courtesy of our good friends in the Goodyear Blimp, as thousands of Blizzard fans lined up in anticipation of the gaming
Look at this
event
line.
of the year.
Look at this line, guys.
Blizzcon
Wow.
2017.
How's the audio
The
now that we're
fans
live?
have come out in force in anticipation of all the secrets. The energy here is electric, and it's about to get even hotter. Anaheim is filled to the brim, and it's bigger than ever this year. We got the cosplayers from all over the globe.
Here's a question for you
Friends
guys.
meeting for the first time
If you
IRL.
had to cosplay, like
Everyone enjoying it.
someone could
Hello,
foot the bill,
everybody, and
who would you
welcome
cosplay
to
as from a
BlizzCon
Blizzard game?
2017, the epicenter of the Blizzard universe for the next 2 days, right here on the brand new BlizzCon virtual ticket all access channel. I'm Alex Albrecht, joined once again by Michelle Morrow and Malik Forte. What's up, guys? Ready to get blizzy?
I would be the Lich King, by the way.
Just like old times, Alex.
Yeah, come on,
Just
man.
like old-
I'm ready to get blizzy. I know that. I mean, we got it. We got 2 huge days.
The second
ahead of us.
Lich
We
King.
got a lot to tell you guys about. We got new content, stages, events, guests, everything. We even got new co-hosts.
Woo.
We're gonna tell you guys about that in just a minute. But first, how about let's give a big BlizzCon shout out to the Goodyear Blimp joining us here for the very first time.
And of
Hey.
course, there she is.
Have a
Flying over us
legendary
like a
what?
Zeppelin flying
Oh,
over
weekend.
Orgrimmar.
That
Sending
is
a message
not-
to every Blizzard fan in attendance. Have a legendary
I
weekend.
love that it says that. We do have it's like a horned Zeppelin.
Hey, the Blizz Blimp is in the building.
You would be an
Welcome to
awesome
the-
Goblin
It's
Bragwin.
near the building.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no. I think it's really cool because I think this is the first time the Goodyear Blimp has ever covered an eSports event. I think that's very cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's actually big.
Yeah, that's huge. Are you kidding me? And look, as we continue to count down to the opening ceremonies, which are now less than half an hour
Wow.
away, we want to take a minute to fill you in on some of the changes and improvements we've made to this year's BlizzCon experience based a lot on your feedback. So as always, we are going to be covering all of the important announcements, the costume and
I
talent
know, right,
contest,
Dakota?
the epic closing night ceremonies, which, by the way, this year, wait for it, Muse.
Yeah.
That is
I'm
massive.
excited.
And of course, we'll also be sitting down with all of the developers for all of your
Wow.
favorite games to
I
get
don't feel
their
fat
unique
anymore, guys.
insights on what to expect from every franchise in the year to come.
That's true. And on top of all of that, this year we're going to be expanding our coverage by adding 2 additional stages to our show. So now we're going to be bringing you things like live art demos, voice actors. There's going to be community streamers joining us, lots more. So you add it all up, and the BlizzCon experience now includes multiple live streams from all of the main stages, and they've actually been renamed.
I don't like that,
Hall
guys.
D,
That's
which a
Slayer.
lot
I'm
of people are
sorry.
in right now, is now called the Mythic Stage. That's where all of the main
No,
announcements are going to be
Gnarlex.
today.
I don't even know how to
we
do
also
that.
have the Legendary Stage, the Epic Stage, and the Heroic Stage. And what's cool is we also have a Starcraft stage, Warcraft stage, Heroes of the Storm, Hearthstone, and a brand new Overwatch arena, which
Hey!
That
Yes.
Overwatch arena is bonkers.
Yes,
I am-
I thought it was
about that.
bonkers last year.
Hey,
I'm so
Grimoire.
jealous of Malik because he gets to go over there all
Yeah,
the
look at
time.
his
and hang
hair.
out.
God, I mean, I know I'm not one to talk,
I'm
but
just
damn.
jealous.
Below. We're going to take a look at today's schedule.
I like the color of
in
her
just a
hair,
minute,
though,
but
the
first,
dye she's
I want
using.
to tell
It's
you
a nice
little
shade
about
of
the channel
purple.
That we'll be hosting, the one you're watching right now, the brand new BlizzCon All Access channel. It's called All Access for a reason. We're here to be your tour guides for every stage and every inch of the BlizzCon floor. And let me tell you, it's gotten bigger this year. We have the Hearthstone Tavern, the Dark Moon Fair, which I'm going to actually be giving you guys a tour of, demo areas, behind-the-scenes access to restricted areas on the show floor. There's tons of stuff. And, you know, I got to say now, if you were with us last year, you know the
Which I
coverage
was.
a little bit linear.
Yeah.
But this year,
Talk panel, talk
yeah,
panel,
it was talk panel. Pretty much people will watch a panel, then come back to us, and we'd be
Reacts,
chatting.
reacts.
I know, right, Eric?
That's how we roll.
But this year, it's a lot
Love
more
this fake
dynamic. You can be in like
excitement.
2, 3, 4 places all at the same time. So if you're waiting in line for the Blizzard Gear store,
Yeah.
and you want to check out a panel, you can pull out your phone,
That's perfect.
hit up BlizzCon.com, boom, you can watch your panel. Or if you're like tied down to a desk all day,
Oh, don't
doing
do
an
it
all
to us,
access
Malik.
channel,
Ah,
and you want to see what your boy Malik is doing, you watch your phone. Simple as that. Oh, I forgot the
Oh,
most important
sorry.
thing.
Sorry.
The Blizz Couch is back.
Yeah. The
Couch.
Blizz Couch is massive, by the way. It's more like a blizzing room.
Oh, yeah.
It's got coffee tables, the whole 9 yards.
does.
All right, for those of you who are
Got
watching
you,
at
Hammer.
home, if you haven't already purchased your BlizzCon virtual ticket, then you are watching our free preview. And that's what we call limited access because the free preview is going to end right after opening ceremonies. But if you want all access to virtually everything happening on the BlizzCon show floor, all you have to do is go to BlizzCon.com and pick up your virtual ticket. And as an added bonus, you get to spend the weekend with us.
Hey.
So what are you doing? Head over
why
Well,
not?
I guess I know what I'm not
Buy a
doing this
virtual
weekend.
ticket. Come on. All right, let's take a look right now what's coming up on today's show. So we are moments away. At 11 a.m., we're going to be going to the opening ceremonies where you get to see your first glimpse at some of the secrets, the sneak peeks.
Blah, blah,
At
blah.
12 p.m. right
Sorry,
back here
I'm just-
on the Blizz Couch, we're going to have an interview with Mike.
So yeah,
Warren,
for those of you not
CEO
aware,
of Blizzard Entertainment.
this
Very
is the
exciting.
official
Gives us,
public thing that they're doing.
insights into the opening
that
ceremony, and then
they're
it will-
doing for everyone. Like, everyone knows about this. Everyone can view this. You could go view this right now if you wanted to. I cannot legally restream the stuff that I paid for. I do actually have a virtual ticket, so I will be watching it and giving my own perspectives on that when I have time to, off and on. But I cannot actually legally restream that. That would put my channel in trouble, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. So, just wanted to get that information out there because I know some people have been wondering. Forgive me for muting these guys. These guys are really, really disinteresting. So hang on. Who's this? Who's
We're gonna
this?
be bringing you guys some in-depth reports from all over the shore.
Be
floor.
more
Right now,
interesting.
she's standing by in Mythic Hall. Anna, what is up? I see you.
Thanks, Michelle. I'm so excited. It's been amazing seeing you over there at the desk, and I am here in Mythic Hall. I'm so excited to be a field correspondent this year because usually I'm hanging out on an eSports stage, which is amazing. I get to see the games played at the highest level, but I only get to stay in one spot. And if you're watching from home, first of all, we miss you. We're sorry you're not here and we don't get to give you a hug in person, but that's what I'm here for. I'm going to be your heels on the ground. I'm going to run all over Blizzcon and find everything that you might not get to see if you're not here in person. I'm going to go to the Dark Moon Fair. I'm going to do some interviews. We're going to see some cosplay. But first, I get to sit here with you and watch the opening ceremonies. And I am so stoked because, Alex, you said that this is the epicenter of the Blizzard universe. Well, if there's a center of that epicenter, it's here in Mythic Hall for the opening ceremonies. Because I have
I'm
cried
sorry.
during
I would
these,
totally be
have
like these
laughed,
guys. I
have
gotta admit it.
literally fallen
I'd be
out
like,
of my chair. And people here are really
I
excited.
would.
There's already some amazing energy. Yeah? I didn't even have to ask.
Hey,
They just started
actual
cheering.
enthusiasm. Holy crap.
I know we have plenty of
Holy
stages
crap.
going on, but I think already I have the best audience, right?
She's actually wrong, guys. I have the best audience.
Thank you, Anna, so much. Well, they call it Mythic Stage for a reason. So you guys might be wondering, BlizzCon is huge, so how is Anna going to possibly cover all of this by herself? Don't worry, we got her some help. Time to introduce you to our second BlizzCon floor correspondent, Rachel Kierko, a.k.a. Seltzer, who's standing by in the brand new Overwatch arena. Seltzer, what's up?
Thank you so much, Michelle. Now, Anna, I know you were
Are they actually
proud of your
starting with a
arena,
match or something?
But let me show you what the Overwatch arena looks like today. It is absolutely packed with fans who are going to be watching the opening ceremonies in here and then sticking around for an incredible competition. I know, Malik, that you got to travel all around the world with the Overwatch World Cup this summer. Well, this is where it all comes down to the finals. We're going to choose the best nation in the world at Overwatch. You can see
Well, it's obviously
we've got
Russia.
Sweden and Great Britain
We all know
directly
this,
behind
right?
us, but we've got 8 teams from all around the world. The winning team,
All the golds.
$9,000 per player. So it's a pretty cool tournament here. But that's not the only thing that's going to be taking place, because when the open ceremonies start, that's when we find out all the news from the year. And the news pertaining to Overwatch is going to have huge ripples across the competitive scene. So as the
Oh,
weekend
so
goes
something I'm not
forward,
interested
gonna
in.
be checking
Well,
in
we
with
can
some of
check
the
out Overwatch, guys.
personalities,
Nothing going
as well as
on.
checking in from around the floor and talking to you fans about what you think is going on here at BlizzCon. I'm so excited to be
Good
joining you,
timer.
and I will see you soon. So back to you guys at the desk.
That's
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
All right, well, Rachel, thank you so much. Let's send it over to the Blizz Couch, where Malik is standing by with Susie Kim.
Thank you very much, Michelle. I am joined by the esports veteran and BlizzCon insider, Susie Kim herself. How you doing?
I'm doing really, really well.
Doing well. All right, so you are a BlizzCon insider. Please tell me, what have you been up to lately?
So for the insider portion of this, of the virtual ticket, we get to walk around, do little tours of all the halls for those at home who can't really make it here this weekend.
Right, right. All right, and another thing I know about you is you're actually kind of fresh back on U.S. soil.
Yeah.
How's it been being back here in the States?
Well, you know, I spent the last 10 years in South Korea, where the sports scene is big and thriving. But you know, being here in BlizzCon,
First or
there's
last,
a
I'd
lot
say
of Koreans
Draculus.
here also competing. It
Right.
almost feels like I never left.
True talk, true talk. I mean, speaking of Korea, I think one of the cool things about the virtual ticket is that it's international. So you can check out BlizzCon's
You know, one of the things I like about the internet is it's on the internet. And sorry, I'm sorry. I mock because I'm in a good mood, okay? These guys are
It's really hard
stupid.
for
Not
them to
her,
be
she's
able to
cool.
fly
But
halfway
those
across the world to
three,
be a part of
the
this,
three
you know? And
fake
so
enthusiasm
the
guys are
ticket
just
being available in
stupid.
Korean and all the subtitles, like it's almost like they'll be here and they get to kind of experience it with us.
All right, well, Susie, thank you so much. We're going to be keeping an eye on you and all the stuff that you're doing all over the convention. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send it back to the desk. Take it away, Alex Michelle.
All right, Malik, thank you so much. Susie
God, fix
and
your
Malik.
mics, people.
Don't forget, you guys, if you haven't already purchased your virtual ticket, then you are watching the free preview, which only lasts through opening ceremonies. So we really want you guys to stick around. So if you're not already, head on over to blizzcon.com and pick up your
I've
virtual
been
ticket
keeping
right now.
hydrated.
Correct,
The longer I go without a
Amundo.
drink,
As
the worse it
always,
gets,
we're
I've
gonna
noticed.
be interviewing all of your favorite game developers over the course of the next 2 days. So
My
if you
favorite
have
game
any
developers?
questions
You mean
you'd like us to
Blizzard?
ask them, just tweet at us using the hashtag
Oh, they mean the people. Sorry,
BlizzCon.
sorry.
Our first guest coming up right after opening ceremonies. It's a big
God.
one. Blizzard
My
Entertainment
bad.
President and
My
CEO
bad.
Mike Morheim. So if you have any questions for Mike, tweet them to us now.
That's right, and let's take a live look over at the Mythic stage because that's where we're awaiting the start of opening ceremony. Now just minutes away.
Yeah, I like how they've got the virtual ticket
And
thing
they're gonna
front
about
and
to go over
center.
to
It's
it
a little
in just a second
ridiculous.
here. But
I mean, I know it's packed because I can hear them.
I know, where are they? There's
There's
Mythic.
Mythic Stage.
Media badge
Hey,
required.
Mythic
That's
stage.
interesting.
What's up? There they are! Hands in the air!
I
That's awesome. What's up, guys? All right. Well, earlier today, I had a chance to catch up with Blizzard Entertainment co-founder Frank Pierce to get his overview on this
Whoa!
year's show.
Stutter, stutter,
Let's
stutter,
take a
stutter,
look.
stutter, 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 stutter. Oh, jeez. Please tell me that's gonna fix.
BlizzCon
Oh my
2017 is
God.
brought to you in part by Republic of Gamers,
Stutter, 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 stutter,
Intel,
stutter.
T-Mobile,
Remember,
and
these
NVIDIA.
people gave us money.
Oh my God, it is packed, packed, packed.
I know. They finally showed over there, and I think now we're going to be able to see that interview with Frank Pierce.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
hear what Frank's got to say.
All right.
I mean, Frank is a legend.
Yeah,
I
know,
agree, Grimoire.
Actually, this is the first year I've been able to interview
If
Frank
it
Pierce.
honestly,
Normally,
this is
I
probably the
interview
first
Mike
year that I
Morheim
wouldn't
off
have bought the
top of
virtual
show the last
ticket
3 years.
if not
This is
for
my
the
first
fact
year
that it's a
interviewing Frank
business
about
expense for
what
me.
he's done, what he gets to see as BlizzCon is being prepared.
Yeah, which is awesome.
yeah.
Because it's a lot of, you know, Mike. Let's
Right.
get some other founders in there, please.
Right, and you know,
Plus,
I believe,
Mike Morhaime
Alan Adham
is not
actually
that
here
great
this
on
year as
camera,
well,
just
so
to
we
be
have all
blunt.
3 founders,
No offense to him,
in
but
the
he's not that
building,
great on camera.
So that's going to be pretty
That's
cool.
awesome. Well, let's
Yeah.
take a look at your interview with Frank Pierce.
All right.
Let's
Hey guys,
go.
I'm standing here with Frank Pierce,
This is totally
founder of
live.
Blizzard Entertainment. Frank, congratulations on another year of Blizzard and epic entertainment that you guys are bringing us. I know that BlizzCon has expanded once again, just physically and to the community. But for you in particular, for your job, what's the most exciting thing for you?
So I feel very fortunate in my job. I have the opportunity to see all the work in progress at the office every week. And so we brought work in progress to the show floor for our community to see for all our products. And it's really exciting because not only does the community get to see things that they wouldn't normally get to see.
It's right there, for God's sakes. It's twice. They have it twice. Oh my God.
Office next week and
Jesus
through the end of the year and
Christ.
figure out how we want to improve it even further.
It's pretty cool. I like how much you guys listen to the community.
I don't know,
and you're
Tetris
actually
Main. We'll
bringing
find
us
out.
stuff
We'll
that-
find out
that
live.
we
I don't
asked
know.
for, you know? That's
I'm
really
going into
cool.
this kind of
So
blind.
while you're here, where do you think you're going to be hanging out the most?
So there's far too much to pick just one option,
True,
right?
very
So we've
true.
got
It's huge.
I'm really excited about the Overwatch World Cup and what we've done in the arena because we've got the arena set up in the round, so we're using the entirety of the arena for.
And it's gorgeous. Do you have any predictions on who will win?
No predictions, but you know, this is the U.S. home turf, so
True.
yeah. So I'm excited about that. You know, we've expanded into the North Hall, which is a new hall for the convention center, which has allowed us to expand capacity here, which is amazing.
And that's where the Dark Moon Fair and everything is.
Yeah, Dark Moon Fair and the Hearthstone tournament stage is over there, and the tavern. So that's really amazing, and it's a bit out of the way. So everyone at BlizzCon, make sure you go to North Hall. It'll take a little bit of effort to find it, but go find it.
But there's face painting. You can get like diva whiskers and everything. So
Yeah, it's spectacular. So I'm excited about that. All the live stages. we for the virtual ticket, everything that's taking place on all of the stages is available to everyone at
I'm
home
sorry.
that's
I'm
watching
sorry.
on virtual ticket. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I love that in particular because for me, covering the footage for the last 4 years, you know, you want people to see it. And for this time, the very first time, you guys can decide what you want to see, favorite what you want to see, kind of create a bit of a schedule to
I mean,
decide what you want to
isn't
check out. You can check out anything at any time.
Well, and for me,
isn't the Junkyard map still coming out, or is it already out? I actually haven't
all
lost
this
track.
weekend because I know I can go home next week and watch it if I missed it. Which is
I'm going to be with you on that, actually. I will be watching so many panels. But speaking of, I got to get back to our main coverage. But Frank, thank you so much for joining me. Have a great BlizzCon.
Thanks, Rochelle.
All right, guys, back to the desk.
Oh, so great.
Okay,
hearing
it is
from Frank.
out.
And also, by the way, that's what we have to do. We get to go home and load up virtual ticket and watch all the panels that we didn't get a chance to see.
Yeah, it's true. I was saying it earlier with Frank, but I do love the fact that you can go through the app and just favorite which panels that you want to see.
Yeah.
And that way you can just sort of create a list so that you can go and easily find them.
Yeah.
So you can just find them later and watch them.
By the way, I love that every time we talk to somebody from Blizzard, we always ask them their favorites.
I know.
And they can never say anything. It's like, which one of your child do you love more? It's like, we can't do any of that.
No, they can't. They can't say anything.
Every
They're
time.
like, we like all of them, you know. But
yeah.
and it'd be hard, you know, to pick after 25 years of making games.
I can't even pick a favorite. All right, look, let's head it back over to the Blizz Couch for an eSports preview with Malik and Blizzard eSports Operations Director Kim Fan.
Thank you very much, Alex. One of my favorite traditions is every year I get to talk to Kim. Kim, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited for BlizzCon this year. I am excited for every BlizzCon, but especially this one.
Right, there's a lot of stuff.
I should have gone and
A lot
gotten
of
some
esports
2001
happening.
Space Odyssey music
Let's
for
just go
this.
ahead and start off with what I think is probably one of the more competitive brackets here at BlizzCon, Heroes of the Storm. What can we expect from Heroes the HGC this year?
The HGC finals, I'm most excited about the bracket. I think this is probably the best bracket that
Most wanted playable race? Nerubians. It's my number one pick.
And I think the one I'm most excited
Although I would like Naga and I would like Ogres, but Nerubians would be my first pick.
Know, who is truly like top 2 in Europe, because forever everyone says it's, you know,
Naga would make
Dignitas.
the most sense, though, let's be honest.
Fnatic and Team Expert that came in through the league play. So,
By the way, Eric, if you're still there, I told Lorma,
Right.
happy birthday for you.
Saying that Dignitas is kind of like the dark horse for the Heroes tournament, and they see them kind of upsetting quite a few people, including Fnatic, leading into the finals. But who knows?
But you know, Dignitas is known for their live.
I would be very excited, Necro. I enjoy Overwatch even right now, just playing against bots with you guys. So actually adding, you know, a full campaign mode, co-op campaign mode, yes, that's probably the thing I want most from Overwatch.
That is the other cool story. Like, North America was not doing well.
We were the land of the free. We were free wins, pretty much.
They were not doing well in the international tournaments for Heroes.
Not that great, Gnarlex. Kind of boring, if I'm being honest.
Very impressed to see that. I think NA,
He's just a mage,
you know, giving everyone a run for
not
their
a
money.
necromancer.
It's hard to see Tempo Storm there. They're like one of the OG big dogs of Heroes of the Storm. To see them there is so great. All right, so let's go ahead and move along to Overwatch, the Overwatch World Cup. Of course, we got a lot of pride at stake here. Who do you see, or what do you think is going to happen in that tournament?
Oh, gosh, the World Cup is such a fun tournament to watch because you can cheer for your country. And I think everyone.
What are the countries competing this year, by the way? Like this weekend? I have not been keeping track. Sub races is most likely, let's be honest with ourselves. It's extremely likely. Developers have said they're interested in sub races, players have said they're interested in sub races, and we've got the recent data mined information, which I actually talked about during Lore Week, so we've got a lot of evidence that sub races are at least in the works, if not actually being implemented.
Korea versus USA, I really want to know if they can, you know, make it tough for the Korean player, and if they can even win.
Right, you know, so during my travels with the Overwatch World Cup, which was one of the best experiences.
I love this, by the way. I don't know if you're paying attention. I know a lot of you guys didn't go to school for cinematography or like directing like I did, but they keep doing this thing. This is default, typical, what they're doing. Cut to one, cut to the other, cut to one, showcase something. And when you do that, you're specifically trying to showcase something in the background. You know, cut, showcase, cut, showcase. It's textbook, right? But the funny thing is, the thing they keep showcasing in the background is the damn virtual ticket thing. So I cut back to him. Watch, just watch this, watch this. Virtual ticket in the upper right, or the upper left there. See that? Virtual ticket. Then cut to her.
I think it's probably not the best bracket.
Yes, Tetris main.
For StarCraft.
When Legion's done, yes.
Heavy-sided. I think the lower part of the bracket is where all of the favorites
I think that it's part of the, for lack of a better term, meta at this point, Anthony. That should be addressed and kept in mind when it comes to developing. Oh, see, and now here again. Notice what's basically the one thing that's dragging your attention. We got a lot of blues, a lot of light subdued colors, and then we've got this bright yellow right there in the background. Just focused right up there. This is textbook directorial design here, right here. Boom! Right there in the corner. They just keep doing it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They just keep doing it. Oh God, my throat. And yeah, they're doing this. They're specifically doing the camera rotation so that it maintains the focus, even as so the camera's doing this instead of this. Pre-recorded, Mitch Connor. I have about 150 or so videos to edit together. Oh, I'm out of water already. This was full when I started this.
I did 12 teams here, so that's more than last year, which was only 8. And I'm super excited that the Latin American team and the Australia team has made.
So do I think a Bard class will work? Yeah, absolutely. Talking about it would take more time than I probably have, Leander. Virtual ticket. Because the idea behind a Bard class would be a class that basically has trouble soloing, but is great in a group. The idea of focusing more on hyper-specialization, which is something that WoW has actually been moving more towards recently. I've talked about this before, how in Warlords and in Pandaria, there was a shift more towards homogenization when it comes to class design. And in Legion, they've been pushing a lot more towards hyper-specialization, so they could keep going in that direction in the future. And a Bard class or a pure pet class would work more in a hyper-specialized environment than the environment right now. Because the demand right now would be, well, okay, how do you make a Bard work in PvP? How do you make a Bard work while soloing? How do you make a Bard work for scenarios, etc.? A Red Mage class is something that I've basically never really seen done properly, Grimoire. It's an idea I love, but I have no idea how you would actually make it work.
So thank you very much, Kim. And with that, we're going to go ahead and send it back to the desk.
Virtual ticket. Virtual ticket.
The Anaheim Convention Center, which has been hosting BlizzCon since 2005, just completed a major expansion this year, adding the additional brand new North Hall, resulting in, you guessed it, even more BlizzCon for fans to enjoy. I mean, they've expanded. Now the convention center is...
This counts as subliminal, right? Or is this superliminal at this point? Are we at that point? Are we at the point of superliminal?
Yeah, 21 football fields, and we're up to 11 stages.
11 stages.
So much content.
And what I heard is that the attendance was now 30,000
Oh my God. Are there 30,000 people in here right now?
Are there 30,000 people?
I'm guessing yes.
Okay.
Everybody's just so focusing right
No,
now.
Like,
I would not
well,
promise.
Let's take a quick look at the map of the revamped show floor, because we have a really cool map that we can take a look at here. The Mythic stage that you're looking at, that's where a lot of you guys are right now. Let's hear it, Mythic stage. All right, and then next we have the World of Warcraft Championship stage, which is just gorgeous.
All of the games, all the esports got their own stages, and they are lit up. That World of Warcraft stage is gorgeous. And of course, Heroes of the Storm, the HGC finals happening for 2017, right across from us. Yeah. So hello, HGC.
What's up, HGC?
Yeah, there you is.
I love that we can hear all of them. And next up, we have that Starcraft World Championship Series Global Finals stage. What's going on?
That's true, Taqueta. Since spells are affected by gear, not by spell levels or whatever.
Overwatch Arena. So sad we're not going to be able to hang out in there.
I wish right now that they were so loud that we could hear them all the way over here.
And if you want, why don't you travel your little footsies over to, boom, us right here, the All Access broadcast stage.
Oh, she's covering the virtual ticket.
mean,
Guys, we need to
come on, say
reposition her.
Yeah.
We need to
We don't
reposition
have
her.
anything to do except this live
About
show.
just chill, yeah.
So what have you guys been up to over the last year?
What have you been doing?
Malik,
So you
you've
can
been
tell
all
they're
over the
delayed
country.
right now because the time's up.
I traveled the world.
They should have started, basically.
With the Overwatch World Cup, that was awesome. I got to go to Shanghai, China, Sydney.
Oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
Australia,
Apparently,
got to see
their
Poland.
timer is different than my
It was
timer.
dope.
My
It was dope. I
bad.
got to see the best Overwatch players in the world, take all their tips,
Yeah,
apply them
that's
to
why
my
you're so
gameplay.
good at it.
I made myself
That's
better.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it was dope. But you guys.
Oh, but look, they moved the camera, so now it's between the two of them instead of behind her. That's hysterical. Oh my god. This just stopped. I'm sorry, it hasn't stopped being funny to me.
Produced with Dan Harmon.
That's fantastic.
What about you, dude?
Absolutely prepping for this
Oh
show.
my gosh.
No Diablo?
Oh my gosh.
Nah.
You
I
got
tried
rid
to
of
go
it?
Diablo Pro. It just didn't work out.
No sponsors?
No sponsors. Nobody
Not yet?
wanted me.
The free intro ends, actually, I'm not sure how long it
All right,
is.
well, before we head over to the opening ceremonies, we want to tell you guys a little bit about the new and improved BlizzCon mobile app that we've been talking a little bit about. So whether
There's
you're
a
here at
BlizzCon
BlizzCon
mobile
or you're
app?
watching at home, the
I might
BlizzCon
actually pick
mobile
that up.
app will help you make the most out of your BlizzCon
Since I
experience with
do
streaming
have a
channels
virtual
and
ticket.
videos, interactive event schedule, the hall maps like we had just showed you. You're gonna have esports updates as well, and that you can even use the BlizzCon mobile app after the show is over. Like we've been saying, I think it's about for a 1 month so that you can relive everything that's happened here.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And by the way, it is about time.
There.
Oh,
We
God.
are heading it over to Mythic Stage for opening ceremonies.
All
of
right, come on,
BlizzCon
give me something good.
2017.
Give me something good. Wait, what are those? Oh, those were Bastion outfits, weren't they? Also, I'm surprised there's no like virtual. Here, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Whoop, wrong thing. There you go, guys. Fixed just for you guys. I fixed the presentation.
I first discovered Blizzard games when I was 13.
I was young as hell. Warcraft 1 for me.
Oh, you're old.
Yes, I'm old.
I've been a gamer since childhood, before I could even spell.
My parents promoted a culture of video game love, and I am a product of that culture.
Kind of been something we've been doing since we were little kids.
You know, just to spend time together.
The person who drew me to it was my dad. He'd scoop me up and put me in his lap, and he'd have me read his combat logs.
WoW is certainly my jam.
I'm currently Alliance.
Alliance.
Horde.
For the Horde!
For the Horde! Diablo 3.
Starcraft was kind of the thing we could get into. And
It's our Super Bowl.
I'm a Grandmaster player in Heroes of the Storm.
So I started playing Hearthstone, and then it was like I was pulling over my car to play a match of Hearthstone.
He was the first one who played Overwatch.
That's true. Everybody has a story around the games.
Without Blizzard, my whole high school experience would have been completely different. I made friends for life playing Starcraft too.
We met in World of Warcraft. Playing Heroes of the Storm professionally has really been a life-changing experience for me.
I first started playing Blizzard games in the Navy. You know, it was a good way of just kind of unwinding.
Games defined me, like almost entirely.
Tauren, Bear Druid for life.
My only tattoo is on my right arm right here.
It doesn't matter who you are, what you look like.
A Blizzard gamer could look like anything, anyone.
I don't date bronze players.
Blizzard is like an open, inclusive, positive, wonderful community.
You're playing with millions of other people around the world.
I'm from a super small town in Germany called Lübbenau.
My sister and I, since she moved to Italy, we started the tradition of playing Heroes of the Storm in Christmas skins. If I'm playing with my mom, it's kind of like taking a stroll down the beach together, except we're in World of Warcraft.
Your friends are global.
Germany, France, Spain.
Hi, Mom, hi, Dad.
It's obviously a community or even a family.
They're there to like connect with you. You know, emotional support if you need it.
Our son, who's 7.
I mean, I can't say anything about this. I'm sorry to interrupt.
He came to BlizzCon last year.
As I said in chat, I've been following Blizzard since I was 14, when Blackthorn came out on the SNES. And that same year, Warcraft 1 came out, and that introduced me to RTS games. So I get it. I get it.
And at night we would get
I hate this music,
together
though.
and crawl through dungeons.
This music is so
Playing
goddamn
Diablo
generic.
Every day, and playing Overwatch every day really brought us closer as sisters.
My father taught me how to play video games. That was our time, and when I was a teenager, I lost him suddenly. To keep his memory alive, I kept playing video games. It was the only way I could keep him close.
These are games that I shared with my wife and now that I share with my kids.
It feels like a family within a family.
That's been such an amazing thing to see how many people have learned from games, how many people have connected from games.
And when you look at BlizzCon, it even transcends the games themselves.
Because it's become the place that I see all of my friends and I share all those experiences.
Last BlizzCon, so last year, he proposed to me by the orc statue.
The horde symbols on the side.
And I said yes.
The couple that plays together is the couple that stays together.
This year will be my first time attending BlizzCon.
You will bleed Blizzard blue for the rest of your life.
When you
Actually,
see someone who
for the
is
horde,
another
sorry.
Overwatch cosplay or something like that, it's like, oh,
It gives me the opportunity to be a little wilder than I normally would be.
It brings together a wide range of people that you normally wouldn't see together.
Like a big-ass family.
Blizzard is friends.
Friendship.
Community.
Generations.
Blizzard brings people together.
Together.
Family.
It's such a family thing for us. There's always people that are as excited and passionate about it as you are.
The connections that you make in the Blizzard
So,
community are lifelong connections.
real question, guys.
Games and people.
What was your
together.
first Blizzard
It's awesome
game?
to feel like you're really
I already
part
told
of
you
a
mine.
huge community.
You really
Blackthorn.
do feel like you belong.
Lost Vikings doesn't count because they weren't Blizzard back then. I actually played Lost Vikings and Rock and Roll Racing before Blackthorn.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President and CEO
Mike
of
Morhaime?
Blizzard Entertainment,
Yeah.
Mike
Morhaime. Excuse me.
Hello, BlizzCon! Is the Alliance here? How about the Horde?
Yeah! And that's all I can do because my throat hurts.
Terran, Protoss, and Zerg.
Protoss.
Adventures in Hearthstone.
Not really. Don't do Hearthstone.
Heroes of Sanctuary.
Yeah. Love some HOTS.
Heroes of the Storm.
Sorry, apparently the first one was
How
Diablo.
about my Heroes of Overwatch?
Bastion represent.
All of you, welcome to BlizzCon 2017. It feels so good to be back at BlizzCon. Okay, I'm going to keep with tradition and ask, how many of you here are attending BlizzCon for the very first time?
Never been. At this point, never will, probably.
And how many of you
Not until I
have
get a
been
media
to
pass.
BlizzCon before? How many of you have been to at least 5 BlizzCons? Well, I am grateful to be back. Thank you for being here and choosing to spend the next 2 days with us. I still can't believe it, but this is our 11th BlizzCon.
Wow.
That's right.
That's a weird thought.
This one goes to 11.
Oh my God,
This is
Mike.
our biggest show yet. We have more panels, games, activities, tournaments, and the most attendees of any BlizzCon ever. There are more than 30,000 of you here in Anaheim, and millions more are tuning in from home. Once again, we've taken over the entire convention center. There's even a brand new building, and we've taken over that as well. In fact, some of you are watching the opening ceremony from there. Let's give them a big shout of hello. Hello! We have some of our new game content there. We also have Hearthstone eSports, the Hearthstone Tavern, and much more over there. Just head towards Hall A, go upstairs, and you'll see the signs. You really have to check it out. So, we have changed up the opening ceremony. Many of you are here with me in Hall D, but thousands of you are watching from across the convention center, in the arena, and as I mentioned, in the new building. In addition to this stage, we will have developers join in and showcase their announcements from a few different stages across the convention center. So we're trying something new this year. Let's hope it works. We have come from far and wide. All 50 states and more than 50 different countries are represented here at BlizzCon. And people from more than 170 countries are tuning in through the virtual ticket. But no matter who we are or where we're from, we are all here for the same reasons. We have a shared love of games and their stories and characters. And most of all, we're here because of the relationships we've built and fostered through gaming. I am very honored to have been part of this community and to have watched it grow. This year, the Blizzard community is bigger than ever, with over 40 million players logging in each month across all of our games. All right, a ton has happened in the past year. In World of Warcraft, we went all the way to Argus on our quest to save Azeroth.
Spoilers.
In Hearthstone, we traveled from Gadgetzan to Angoro and even returned as Death Knights atop the Frozen Throne.
Those bosses are awesome, by the way. I really like that in
We
Hearthstone.
raised the dead, again, with the Necromancer in Diablo 3.
I still need to play that. I've been waiting
And we
for
went into
free
battle
time.
with awesome new heroes and maps in Overwatch, Heroes of the Storm, and Starcraft 2.
And then the
We
miscellaneous
also
ones.
renewed our passion for a classic Blizzard game with StarCraft Remastered. And this past week, for the first time ever, we welcomed a non-Blizzard game onto the Battle.net platform with Destiny 2. Do we have any Guardians out there?
I mean, no offense to Destiny 2, I just want it off my launcher.
let's talk
It
about
irritates me
esports.
that it's there.
Last BlizzCon, we unveiled plans for our most ambitious project yet in competitive gaming, the Overwatch League. Since then, we have partnered up with a dynamic array of leaders from both esports and traditional sports. And our first season will include 12 teams based in cities around the world. We'll be broadcasting the first season out of the new state-of-the-art studio, Blizzard Arena Los Angeles. The new Blizzard Arena will be a place that we can come together to witness exciting moments and memories in Overwatch and other Blizzard esports all year round. It's awesome. This has been an amazing year with a ton of esports action. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
So, while they're showing esports things, I'm gonna get a damn drink. I'll be right back.
Stanudachi, the happiest man in the room.
He is your global champion.
Dazzling days of Hearthstones in Shanghai. Look at that smile. It's a spring champion. Welcome to LA. South Korea takes its rightful place in Hearthstone esports.
And China looks like they will just have a cakewalk here on Dorado.
Hometown heroes of Australia.
We're into overtime, 99.99. There it is! What a performance!
Poland, the home team taking on South Korea.
From J-Home taking him out of the fight, and South Korea takes it.
The road to the World Cup Championship, Team USA going against Team Germany.
The melee just in time, and the US, they've done it. They are going to BlizzCon.
Lunatic high! Twice in a row, back-to-back championships, and they start a dynasty.
This is just the beginning of the action. Live from the Blizzard Arena. Massive congratulations to Giganti.
It is time for the grand final!
If goes in, and this could be game. They do it, Dignitas.
One final map here for the World Championship.
It is champion pops off. Fnatic has done it.
The time has come. MVP Black versus L5.
L5, they will be your Eastern Clash champions.
UT Arlington never stopped believing.
Chairsom was very interested in esports. Super serial interested.
Method are your champions. Cheers gets mind control to a terrible position.
Method Synergy is the best team in North America.
Interesting mods they're running. Hey, Duncan.
I am Katowice gives us some of the best StarCraft that we will ever see.
And that is GG. And now, the GSL's finals. Stats has done it. Gumiho has forced history to repeat itself. Innovation, GSL Otis champion. Team is looking to get a victory mark. Is a three-time
No offense to anyone, by the way, who likes esports. If you like esports, that's your thing. I just don't. I like playing them, not a fan of watching them.
BlizzCon is loaded with esports. The Hearthstone Invitational has 12 of your favorite pros and streamers competing as teams in a set of challenges. The Overwatch World Cup will have the top countries in the world battling for the gold medal. If you're looking for World Championship events, we've got those too. The World of Warcraft Arena World Championship, the Heroes Global Championship Finals, and the Starcraft II WCS Global Finals will all crown world champions who have earned their place after a year's worth of competition. We're also hosting a thrilling exhibition match for Starcraft Remastered featuring 2 legendary players, Bisu and Jaedong. And this year, we've built brand new stages for World of Warcraft, Overwatch, and Starcraft II. Speaking of Starcraft II esports, Intel announced this morning that they will host a tournament in Pyeongchang leading into the Winter Games. This tournament will feature Starcraft II. This is an amazing honor for the game and wonderful recognition for esports. We're very proud to be part of it. We've got some cool Starcraft II game updates to share with you as well. The newest co-op commander in the game is actually 2 characters in one, Mira Han and Matt Horner. We're showcasing them here at BlizzCon along with a new co-op mission called Part and Parcel. That's playable in the Starcraft area in Hall A, so go check it out.
Well,
and there's another thing I want to mention about Starcraft II. You have helped make it one of the best-selling, highest-rated PC games in history, and your support is why we continue to create new content for it. We are always looking for ways to help you get new friends into the game and bring old friends back as well. So I'm very excited to announce that we're making StarCraft II free to play.
I mean, it kind of already is. It's like one step away from free to play as is.
Starting on November 14th, everyone will get the full Wings of Liberty campaign. And if you already own Wings of Liberty, we're going to give you Heart of the Swarm.
But
in addition, everyone will get access to the full StarCraft II ranked ladder.
Ooh.
And we're also improving co-op mode.
Good.
With free access to every co-op commander in the game up to level 5. For more details, be sure to check out the StarCraft II panel in the North Hall today or visit StarCraft2.com. We have more to announce this morning, but I want to take a moment. BlizzCon isn't only about the games and the announcements. It's also about the relationships we create and strengthen when we come together. I continue to be amazed at the incredible stories people share of friendships and strong connections that have grown through our love for gaming. There are no strangers at BlizzCon, only friends you haven't met yet. This is the most incredible family reunion in the world.
No, Duncan.
Our community has grown tremendously over the last few years, and we're welcoming in a lot of new people into our family. I encourage you to welcome them online and especially here at the show. Let's show them what a special community this is, a community of shared values and shared passions. There's a lot of craziness out in the world, but we don't have to let that be part of our world. If we make an effort to be kind and welcoming to people in our games and in our community, we will make a positive impact. And that positivity will trickle back out into the wider world. A friend of mine once said, "Never accept the world as it appears to be. Dare to see it for what it could be." All right, everyone.
You know what? I'm with him on that. I really am.
We've got a really great event planned for you. Blizzard employees are looking forward to connecting with you throughout the show. Look for us in the blue shirts. We have the awesome community contest tonight, hosted by Chris Hardwick. And tomorrow, Muse will be here.
Who?
We have a lot more news to share, so I'm going to hand it off to K.O. Milker from the Heroes of the Storm team.
So, we've heard some StarCraft 2 news. Give me some Heroes of the Storm news.
Hello, BlizzCon. And hi, everybody watching at home on the stream. I missed you. Hey, thanks, Mom. So much has happened. So much has happened in the Nexus since I was on this stage with you last year. And thanks to the feedback and support from all of you in our community, we've continued to expand and evolve Heroes of the Storm together. With Heroes 2.0 in April, we uncapped level progression and opened up all of the game's content as rewards every time you level a hero. Now, Heroes 2.0 was the biggest moment for our game yet. It was even bigger than our original launch. So I want to thank everyone who came in to check out all of that great content with us. Thank you. But of course, new content is the lifeblood of our game. And since launching in 2015, we've doubled the number of battlegrounds and more than doubled the number of heroes, with 15 new heroes added since last BlizzCon alone. Yeah. So those of you who are with us know that we've had a very busy year with some incredible additions to our heroes roster. But we're not done yet. Now, the coolest thing I get to do up here is debut a new cinematic. So...
Ooh. Agreed on Metzen, by the way. Metzen was awesome. Whatever you think of his writing, the man had enthusiasm.
Let's see which new heroes have arrived to explore the secrets of the Nexus.
No, I like this guy. I'm with you, Magister. So it's Reinhardt and Bastion. Or Alex Strasser.
Impressive, Archer. But you'll need to do better than that.
You have no idea what I am capable of.
Good. Because you must be ready for anything.
Oh yeah, sorry guys, spoiler alert, Alex Strauss is a dragon. Been meaning to tell you that.
Yield!
You show promise, Hanzo. Well done. But greater challenges still await us.
I believe we are ready.
It's time to find out.
So what, are we seeing some more story? Because that'd be kind of awesome. Oh, that's cool. Do you see that? And there's Diablo. Because they've been kind of broaching story for a while now.
It's amazing getting to experience something like that with you for the first time. And I love getting to see Alex Straza and Hanzo together in Dragonshire testing one another. And you definitely get the feeling that something is stirring in the Nexus as well. So Alex Straza, the Lifebinder, is a versatile range support who manipulates her life energy to heal her allies. And when her life or those of her teammates is threatened, she can transform into a mighty dragon using her trait, Dragon Queen. Ah.
Cool.
And
maybe
for all of you Hanzo mains out there,
all three of you,
rejoice, because the Shimada clan's most dangerous archer is a nimble ranged assassin who can deal damage from afar and serve as a nimble scout for his team. So in addition to bringing these two iconic dragons to the Nexus, we also have some other exciting news to share with you at BlizzCon. You see, while Heroes 2.0 was our time to reimagine progression and rewards in our out-of-game experience, we're also turning our eye towards improving our core in-game experience as well. Now, I brought along a video that will not only show you our double dragons in-game, but also gives you a taste of some of the big changes to come.
Sorry. Hagelvike.
I am Hanzo Shimada.
Performance-based matchmaking. Don't care. Voice chat, don't care. Big update next year. Cool. New camera? What's that mean? Laning improvements? I really want to know what that means, since that's usually what I do. More battleground mechanics, I'm always in favor of that. That'd be cool, Leander, especially for spectator mode. Cool, potentially. You got my interest. We'll have to learn more details later, I'm sure. Of course she did, Epimnito.
Alex Straza and Hanzo
Cassava melons.
And I can't wait for all of you to get to play them and experience our 2018 gameplay update. Yeah. All right, I'm also really excited about bringing performance-based matchmaking to the game, because it rethinks our traditional win-loss-based system and lets your personal performance in matches directly influence your matchmaking rating, whether you win or lose.
Doesn't affect me, sorry.
So we know how important that is to our community, and we've heard your feedback, so please keep it coming. Now, no doubt you have some questions about our new heroes and the 2018 gameplay update. So for all the details on that and more, please check out the Heroes of the Storm What's Next panel today and our deep dive panel tomorrow. And of course, for all of you here at BlizzCon, our new heroes and the gameplay changes are playable out on the show floor. So please go try them out and let us know what you think. And for all of us, what better way to wrap this year than to see the best players in the world at the Heroes Grand Championship or Global Championship World Finals tomorrow night. I know I can't wait to see these teams battle it out this weekend. All right. Okay, BlizzCon, we have some incredible things coming for you all in the next year. And while we'll be bringing you epic content and unforgettable heroes, we also have plans to dive deeper into events that are unfolding in the Nexus. We can't wait to share that and so much more with you. But in the meantime, thank you for inspiring us to make Heroes of the Storm bigger and better than ever, and we'll see you in the Nexus.
Come on, story! Give me story!
All right.
Sorry.
Now it's my pleasure to hand it off to Hearthstone's game director, Ben Brode, over on the Hearthstone stage.
All right, Hearthstone.
Blizzcon!
I know you're famous.
What up?
I know you make a lot of money.
Well met.
What do you got?
Wow. There's a lot of people here. All right. Yeah.
This guy's cool, too. I'm not a huge fan of Morheim, whatever, but they've got some good presenters.
I've never done the opening ceremony before. This is crazy. All right. Listen, if you love Hearthstone like I do, this is going to be the best BlizzCon yet.
Yeah, I saw the Murlocs in the audience.
The convention center. They had to build us a brand new hall. I'm standing here on the legendary Hearthstone eSports stage where the Invitational will take place.
Oh my
later
God.
This weekend. You get it. The Hearthstone Tavern is back and bigger than ever. Come stop by for a drink or to challenge one of the Hearthstone developers. I think it's one of the coolest things at BlizzCon. Listen, this has been an awesome year for Hearthstone. We journeyed into Ungoro Crater. We joined the Lich King and became Knights of the Frozen Throne. And today, you're going to see the final set in the Year of the Mammoth. It comes out next month, and it takes us back to the roots of classic fantasy, full of monsters, treasures, and traps. It brings back memories of sitting around a table, gaming with your buddies, delving deep into dark dungeons. Get ready for Hearthstone's next expansion.
Which is...
Legends tell of a vast underground world and the countless treasures that lie in store for worthy adventurers. You've signed up the best. You're on a great quest to find the mighty mother lode. There's treasure galore, but perils in store and construction that isn't up to code. Trespass with care, there's sure to be something rare. You can grab all the loot that you can handle. Such riches you'll own, but leave one thing alone.
You don't take candle.
What? What?
And if you steal the light, you then must take flight, eluding each hazard and each trap. It's a chaotic race as the monsters give chase, and all the while you're trying to follow the map. They're gaining on you, your options are few, and you fear that you're never gonna get home. You sought after wealth, will you lose all your health to kobolds and catacombs?
What? Really?
I love this set. It's awesome. Kobold tunnels full of treasure. This is our love letter to that classic fantasy dungeon crawling vibe. So what kind of cards can you expect from Kobolds and Catacombs? I'm not going to tell you.
Of course not.
I'm going to let you discover the set for yourselves. Steel yourselves, adventurers. We're going in. Okay. You're in the entrance to a dungeon on a quest to find legendary treasure.
Okay.
To your left is a tunnel. Stinky goo lines the floors and walls. To your right is a massive door with a huge lock.
What do you think, guys?
But the lock is broken. Where do you want to go?
Door. Door.
Okay. All right. Cheer if you want to go into the tunnel. All right, now cheer if you want to go in the door.
Woo, throat. Yeah.
I think I heard tunnel louder.
Oh, come on. Come on.
All right, so we're going to go left. Right? Okay. All right. We're going to go left. to the Stinky Goo Tunnel. All right, great. Okay, let's go. All right. So you slide through the tunnel and enter a room with a huge ooze creature lying dead on the floor.
I told you guys we should have done the door.
Prying a chest from its remains is the legendary adventurer Marin the Fox.
Summon a 0-8 treasure chest for your opponent. Break it for loot.
Chest, and if you can break the chest open, you'll earn one of the craziest cards we've ever made in Hearthstone. Cards like Toland's Goblet.
Draw a card.
Draw a card.
Fill your hand with copies of it.
It's pretty crazy. All right. Marin is so excited to join your party that he's coming out way before the rest of the set. Everyone who logs in starting Monday will get Marin the Fox for free.
Note to self.
Also, everyone here at BlizzCon or watching at home via the virtual tickets will also get a golden copy.
Ooh, that's me.
Okay, back to the dungeon. Marin winks at you and escapes with the treasure.
Ah, that bastard.
You see 2 doors in front of you. To your left is a door with a sign on it that says, Kobold Treasure Hoard, Adventurers Keep Out. To your right is a door with the words certain death scrawled on it.
Oh, certain death. Certain death.
Where do you want to go?
Certain death.
Why?
Certain death.
Okay, all right. We're going to go right. We're going to go right. Okay, we're gonna go right. You guys are bold. All right. Let's go. Let's check it out. Okay, so your party enters the room, and as you do, the walls start closing in, crushing half of your party. What did you expect? All right. So, okay, everybody from here to here, you're all dead. On the bright side, you found another new card, Crushing Walls.
Destroy your opponent's left and rightmost minions.
This is a hunter card. Okay.
7 caused.
You guys are going to have to recruit some new party members to finish the dungeon. Fortunately, the new keyword in Kobolds and Catacombs is recruit. All right, so recruit means that you'll pull a minion directly out of your deck and put it directly into the battlefield. So imagine pulling Ysera for only 6 mana. Should make a pretty good healer for your party, I think. All right. You can tell that you're close to finding the legendary treasure. This next decision is very important. To your left is a hallway, and claw marks mar the entrance. To your right is another hall that is literally on fire.
Fire!
Okay, where do you want to go?
Fire? Who's with me, guys?
All right, if you want to go left, cheer. How about right? Okay, we're going to go right. All right, let's go. So you run through the hallway, burning away most of your clothes. And you enter a room filled with kobold candles surrounding a pedestal with a glowing disc atop it.
Ooh.
It's the legendary treasure you were searching for, the priest card, Dragon Soul.
What?
Yes. This is Hearthstone's first legendary weapon. Every time you cast 3 spells, you'll summon a huge dragon. We've made legendary weapons for all 9 classes, even ones that have never had weapons before.
Cool.
I'm super excited about these 9 cards. They're crazy.
I know, right, Leander?
BlizzCon, congratulations on completing the dungeon and escaping with the legendary treasure. Good job. Well done.
Whew. We only lost half our party, guys.
Unfortunately, you missed some of the cards in the dungeon, so you'll have to come to the panel later today to see the things you didn't get to explore. Check out some of the other cards and the other mechanics in Kobolds and Catacombs. So, look, there was a reason I ran you through a dungeon, and it wasn't just to kill this half of the room. We also have a new single-player experience.
Yes!
And it's nothing like
Sorry.
what we've done in the past.
Sorry.
This time, we're introducing a totally new single-player mode, and it's called the Dungeon Run.
I can't, Corwin. It's not legal.
So a dungeon run is all about defeating bosses, collecting loot, and leveling up your character. And in a Kobolds and Catacombs dungeon run, we'll shuffle up an 8-card boss deck, and you'll defeat 8 random bosses.
Cool.
And each time you defeat a boss, you'll learn some new cards for your deck. You start with a lowly 10-card deck. You'll learn some new cards for your deck, increasing your power each game.
Cool.
If you lose, we throw your deck away, and you have to start all over from the beginning with a new strategy. It's essentially a Hearthstone roguelike, and it's our most replayable single-player content ever. Also, it's completely free. It's totally separate from your normal collection.
Wow.
You don't need any cards to play. Come check it out here. We're here in the North Hall, and our demo station's over there. Come try it. I think you're going to love it. It's awesome. All right. Don't forget to come to the panel later today to see the cards that you missed in the dungeon run and some of the other new mechanics in the set. The team is so excited about Kobolds and Catacombs. We cannot wait to share the set with you and the new dungeon run mode when it comes out next month. And now, it is my great pleasure to introduce someone who I personally have run a bunch of dungeons with in my time. From the Overwatch arena, Jeff Kaplan.
So far, I've been hearing good stuff. Let's see what Overwatch does, huh? I'm actually reinstalling Hearthstone on my phone right now. No joke. Just to
What's up, everyone?
prep for that.
Welcome to the Overwatch arena. I think the arena is absolutely amazing. We're going to be here. Yeah, it is. Let's hear it for the arena.
Kaplan.
And you guys are amazing. We want to say a special hello to everybody watching at home, everybody here at BlizzCon, whatever hall you're in, give it up for everybody watching at home right now. And for you guys who are here with us today, we can't thank you enough. It's amazing to have you here in Anaheim, California.
Yes, little
California is my home state. I think it's the best state in the entire union. We have everything here. If it's not in California, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't exist. We have... I said it, that's right. We have the most beautiful mountains. We have the most beautiful beaches. Right outside these doors, right in front of me, there's even a theme park. Now, how many of you who are here in California with us for the weekend are going to also hit up the theme park?
I wouldn't. I've been to Disneyland like 30 times.
It gets me wondering sometimes, and it gets the Overwatch team wondering.
Good stuff so far,
Have you
Rox.
ever imagined what a Blizzard theme park might look like?
Well, they've got that one in China, don't they?
The Overwatch team certainly has, and I present to you now Blizzard World.
What?
Where you took your first steps in Azeroth. Where you confronted the Lord of Terror himself. Where you spawned your first Zergling rush. Sometimes, epic memories can only be made in an epic world.
I already like it. I already like it.
Your adventure, your community, your memories. See them come alive in your world.
Snoxeramus.
Blizzard
It's a food place.
Epic fun detected.
No, guys, it's a map. It's an Overwatch map.
Stay a while and listen to the fireworks. visit Blizzard World. New adventures are waiting for you.
I can't wait to get on some rides.
Yeah, we did it. We went there. We had so much fun making this map, but the super fun part for us in making a map is seeing what you guys do on it. So we cannot wait for you to be playing this map. You'll be playing it all weekend here at BlizzCon. Also, the map will be going live early next year, and you'll see it on the PTR very, very soon. So the map is awesome. We had a ton of fun making it. It's a hybrid map, so that means it's part assault and part payload. Now, I know most of you don't know what payload is, so everybody turn to the Zenyatta main to your left, and you'll figure it out. You don't have to worry about it. Don't worry about what payload means.
Goddamn Zenyatas!
Now, one thing we always say about Overwatch is that the world needs heroes. And the Overwatch team thinks that you guys need another hero.
Uh-oh.
I would like to announce and to introduce you to Moira. She speaks for herself. Let's check her out.
Moira?
We are bedeviled by the mysteries of creation. Science can reveal the truths that lie behind these many questions. What we learn can unlock the true potential of humanity.
Okay, that is not who I was thinking it was. Never mind.
To the shadows. Tell me how this feels. Come to me and I will heal you.
Interesting.
I will unmake you. Simple geometry.
Lights out.
Surrender to my will. Allow me to repair the damage. I feel unstoppable. My will made real.
Interesting.
There she is. Moira is our newest support healer. Now, I know a lot of you were begging for a DPS, but we made a healer instead, so I hope you're okay with that. She is so much fun to play. She does a tremendous amount of healing. She also can do a tremendous amount of damage as well. So she's really fun and interactive to play. She has that fade ability, so that gives her great mobility as a support character as well. In case you're wondering how to spell Moira, it's spelled O-P-A-F, just in case you're wondering. So, there's some other cool notes about Moira that we should talk about. She has a really great backstory as well. Not only was she a part of Reyes's secretive Blackwatch, she also has a storied history with Talon. Now, you guys are going to learn all about Moira, Blizzard World, and maybe even another announcement in the Overwatch What's Next panel. It's going to be on the Mythic stage at 2:45 today. I cannot encourage you enough to check out that panel. We even have an origin video for Moira that will be debuting during that panel.
Awesome.
And Moira's fully playable here on the show floor in Blizzard World.
They have not
all
so long.
weekend long.
Starcraft, Heroes,
And
Hearthstone,
dare I say
Overwatch
it's
so far.
no limits. Oh my God, it's going to be a mess, but you'll have so much fun.
Excuse me, Mr. Kaplan. I'm here to deliver the payload.
What is this?
Hammer down! Candy!
What? They actually, is that actually him? It is. That is actually DePaul, isn't it?
I'm coming, my friend. You wait right there. It's a long way. I live for this!
Hi! Darren DePaul, voice actor for Reinhardt.
Few hours, Roxanus.
Once again, Halloween not popular in my neighborhood. 3 kids. 3. Jeff, Candy?
Yeah, thanks.
There you go. I'm here because Blizzard changed my life as an actor, as a person. You guys have been amazing to me. I remember exactly where I was standing a couple BlizzCons ago when Overwatch was first announced, because I didn't even know it was called Overwatch. That first session, you didn't tell me anything.
We didn't tell you.
It was like a line drawing of Reinhardt with the helmet off. And so there was the first animated short, and I was going, a gorilla from the moon? I think I'm in that. And then they showed the gameplay trailer where they announced all the heroes. And I didn't hear me. And the last guy to come around was Reinhardt. And it was my birthday, so thank you. Happy birthday to me on that one. And now, guys, we're here. And we're all part of this amazing community because, thank you.
Yeah, you know what? Darren DePaul's awesome. He gets applause from me. Darren DePaul's awesome.
I'm going to cry.
He's cool.
Crying is my ultimate. I will cry. But you guys have taken these characters and these worlds to your hearts and to your minds. They have inspired you. We've seen amazing cosplay. We've seen spectacular fan art. And of course, there are the animated shorts that are jaw-droppingly wonderful. And what we've seen May science her way out of a problem. We've seen the rivalry between Genji and Hanzo. We've seen Bastion be so just darn cute and lovable. So now,
by the way, he played the Nazgul in Shadow of War, and he's playing a character in Call of Duty that we're playing tomorrow.
as a friend of mine might say, bring me another!
You don't have to do this anymore. Winston's message wasn't meant for you. This isn't your fight. Papa told me after so many years of service, you gave Overwatch everything, and then they pushed you out. Why would you go back to them? What are you still fighting?
So, that's it. You're leaving us.
I have been called. I must answer. It is a great honor.
To disappear into some secret organization. Give up the glory of being a crusader? I don't think so.
He wishes he got picked.
The Crusaders are immortal defenders of Germany. People will be singing songs about our legacies.
Our legacies are our deeds. And this war is bigger than all of us.
Drop pods to the east, they're coming!
All right, people, they're playing our song. Stick with your dance partners. Let's crush those rust buckets.
Here's your walking stick, old man.
Live with honor.
Time is glory.
We work as one. Rocket up. Fire.
Doesn't even have his helmet on. Arrogant little tit.
I love the wind in my hair.
Get back and protect your team.
They're just slowing me down. Besides, they're fine.
The hell is that?
That is mine.
Damn it, Reinhardt! Reinhardt!
Mongo sings!
We're being overrun! Fall back to the rally point. I'll get Reinhardt.
I had this.
Obviously. They're cutting us off. Let's move! That door won't hold. Get back to the unit. I will hold them off.
And let you have all the glory? We will fight our way back together!
No, I'm staying here.
But without you...
Lieutenant! You took an oath to be a Crusader. Now, keep it.
I won't leave you!
The team needs you. Be their shield. Reinhardt, live with honor.
Die with glory, old friend.
By the way, dual wielding Reinhardt. Why can't we do that, huh?
I have been called. I must answer. Always.
Damn it. That actually got me. That actually got me.
Welcome executive producer of World of Warcraft, J. Allen Brack.
Team Overwatch. amazing, emotional piece. Thanks for setting me up. A very difficult job to come out to. I do want to talk about another game, one that also has amazing shoulder pads.
Ha ha ha.
Before we get started, I want to channel an old friend. Horde, where are you? Alliance, let me hear you! All right. Thank you. I'm grateful to have been given the opportunity to be with you today. This is a really special day for me. This is a really special day for the team. To everyone here watching online, watching in the Blizzcon halls, we're here to talk about what's new for World of Warcraft.
By the way, that's totally Jaina over there.
It has been a pretty incredibly epic year for the WoW community. We've seen old heroes fall and new ones rise. We adventured on the Broken Shore. We conquered Suramar. We watched the defeat of Gul'dan and Illidan crush his skull.
Spoilers, by the way.
And more awaits us on Argus. The confrontation with Sargeras, a titan at the heart of Warcraft lore.
Which isn't even out yet.
We will be watching the community, and we'll be waiting on that world first. Now, before I get to the big news, I want to take a minute.
Dick.
And I want to talk about ice cream.
Cool. I'm with it.
Ice cream is great.
Yes. For the ice
Ice
cream.
cream is one of my favorite desserts.
Agreed.
Personally, I love chocolate.
Yeah.
And I love cookies and cream.
That's pretty good. I'm with cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream is actually my all-time favorite dessert.
Strawberry for me. I'll take strawberry.
But I understand that for some of you,
You like vanilla.
your favorite flavor is vanilla.
Utterly saw this coming, too.
Someone once said that you can't go home again, but they lacked vision. And a temporal discombobulator.
I've got one of those. Now, details matter here. How are they implementing it? That's what really matters. So we'll see. I'm quite curious myself. Yeah. Again, this is obviously something they've been working for a while. I've actually talked about this before. So there was BC. And this is the vanilla cinematic right here. Minus the music. Because I know that cinematic by heart. So what are you doing? Details. Oh, I never liked WoW Vanilla. I shouldn't say it like that, but yeah.
Fans of
I
World of
probably won't play
Warcraft
this.
around the world.
No interest in Vanilla.
We hear you. I am pleased and also a little bit nervous to announce the development of a classic server option for World of Warcraft. This is a larger endeavor than you might imagine.
Vanilla
But
was
we're committed
sand
to
before I
making
drank
an
water,
authentic
Roxymus.
Blizzard quality classic experience. We want to reproduce the game experience that we all enjoyed from the original classic WoW, not the actual launch experience.
I was there for
Please
that.
bear with us. It's going to take some time, but it will happen. Now, I love you too. Now, I'm sure all of you remember the original WoW server blades that we auctioned off for charity a few years ago.
Actually, yeah.
we're probably going to need those back. Speaking of charity, in all seriousness, you all showed great support when we launched Shadow, the charity pet, ahead of schedule to help with disaster relief around the world. You've all donated very generously. It's always exciting to see the Horde and Alliance working together.
Agreed.
Today, I am pleased to reveal that we've also created an IRL version of Shadow, available later this month. Sales of the Shadow plushie.
Aww.
Adorable. Sales of the Shadow plushie through the end of the year will go to the same global disaster relief efforts. I speak for everyone at Blizzard
Pandaria.
when I say it makes a difference. You know, the annual charity contribution is one of the many symbols of the WoW community. And in total, you have all donated over $15 million to charitable causes over the years. So thank you for your help. I mentioned we had some news.
Yeah, come on.
Players are now actively fighting on Argus, homeworld of the Burning Legion. But soon, that chapter will come to an end. Deep rivalries between the
PvP.
factions lingers. After all, you members of the Horde, you came to Azeroth in search of nothing more than a home. And that is a journey that the Alliance has shown little respect for. Am I right, Horde?
I mean, the Alliance had a lot of reasons to resist us.
And Alliance, you do not forget the Broken Shore. You
Even
do
though
not
that wasn't
forget
us.
the betrayal that led to the death of your own King Varian.
That really, really wasn't us.
Animosity between the Horde and the Alliance remains strong. And from these deep wounds between the factions will flow the next story in the chapter of Azeroth.
Yeah.
This is the story. Horde versus Alliance. Wounds that can never be healed. This is the beginning of the next expansion. Let's take a look at the features.
Sorry, I'm utterly uninvested in this.
My father once told me
Hi, Jaina.
that peace was like a dream. Beautiful, ephemeral, unattainable. I didn't listen. No one listened.
That's Teldrassil.
We've made kindling from our suffering. Stirred the embers of resentment. Just waiting for a single spark.
However, looks like that
to
one
set the whole world
theory
aflame.
was correct, I mean. So here's Kultiras, we all called that. Let's see if the revamped Old World theory was true, because it looks like it is.
As the Alliance returns to forgotten kingdoms, the Horde seeks the might of an ancient empire.
Really? Now that's interesting. Alright, alright. You've got my attention a little bit here. $120, 2 dungeons and raids, including a Nerubian. Uncharted Islands? Interesting. I wonder what this is. Warfronts! That's gonna...
We cannot dream any longer.
Well, you look different.
The time has come to call on allies willing to join the fight.
Well,
to rally beneath
sub-races.
the banners of a world at war.
Yeah, it looked like Siege gameplay.
Welcome to the new expansion. I heard some of you obviously spot Jaina, our favorite human mage. Or is Khadgar our favorite human mage? I'm not
Khadgar.
sure. Okay. Battle for Azeroth will make you prouder than ever to declare your allegiance to the Noble Alliance.
Wow.
Battle for Azeroth will call on you to rally in support of the mighty Horde.
At this point, I don't even really support the Horde. I just do it jokingly.
The stakes have never been higher. Now, more than ever, your faction matters. You're wondering about everything else you just saw. Islands, war fronts,
Yeah, what's the islands
and
thing?
allied races. We can't wait to tell you about all that and more during our panels this weekend.
Of
starting
course.
Right here at 12:30, right here. Game director Ian, creative director Alex will be here doing a deep dive for everything that's next with World of Warcraft. And it wouldn't be BlizzCon if you couldn't get your hands on some new content right now. Battle for Azeroth is playable here on the show floor for everyone at BlizzCon. We've also recorded some special videos of the BlizzCon experience, BlizzCon demo experience for everyone watching with the virtual ticket. We have one more thing for you. Normally, we would announce the expansion, we would show the logo, and then later, much later, we would show you the intro cinematic. But this year is a little bit different. Now, before we roll this piece, I want to tell you that a lot of love has gone into everything that you're about to see here.
As it always has.
So,
Blizzard has been on top of that for
behalf of
forever.
Thousands of people
Since Warcraft
that work
1.
on World of Warcraft around the world. It is our great honor to share with you the intro cinematic for Battle for Azeroth.
All right. Sell me. That is Lordaeron. That's the capital city.
Ours is a cycle of hatred. Alliances forged and broken. We have paid the price for sharing this world. And we have forgotten what makes us strong.
Close ranks! Advance has won! Lordaeron will be ours! My king, we have her court.
Really? That can't be.
Keep firing!
Hello, Vera. Sylvanas is the war chief right now, yes.
Stand as one
We did.
for the Alliance!
Have a great BlizzCon. Be good to one another. Have fun. Welcome home.
This concludes our opening ceremonies. Mythic Stage's panel presentations resume at 12:30 p.m. with World of Warcraft. What's next? Have a great BlizzCon.
Hi guys. Remember to buy your BlizzCon virtual ticket. No, I'll find it later, Corwin. I don't have anything to say about WoW that I haven't said 1,000 times before. Except for one thing, actually, one thing. You remember when I mentioned that Blizzard... I talked about this just this morning. Blizzard has been very in favor of the idea of service-based games. So World of Warcraft is arguably one of the only exceptions to that. However, if they really start focusing on PvP in World of Warcraft, then that would start making World of Warcraft more service-based, more multiplayer-focused, more PvP. So, nothing else to add to that. What I do want to say is that, what do we got? So first we've got new maps in StarCraft 2, which is not that interesting. I mean, it is interesting. It's just not that great. I want more. you know, it feels like they've kind of abandoned Starcraft. And thank you, Shadow Machine. But at least we're getting a new map, so that's something, and we're getting the new commanders, so that's something. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing if any new people are going to be popping in, thanks to the fact that a decent amount of it is free to play. Don't rush me, Darker. I guess I can make myself larger now. Where's my webcam? There it is. Where's the webcam outline? There it is. What else do they do? Here's the Storm. So they're actually starting to add additional story to Here's the Storm, it sounds like, and that's a good thing. Adding in more reason behind it existing, possibly a new map. Looks like they're adding Alexstrasza and God, I can't even remember his name, Hanzo. Cool. I am hopeful that we'll find out more about some kind of actual story stuff in Here's the Storm. The Reinhardt cinematic was awesome. I don't have anything else to add to that. The Reinhardt cinematic was awesome. Adding a whole new character who is coming out of basically nowhere to Overwatch is interesting, but unfortunately, as anticipated, nothing really that great about Overwatch. Just, hey, you know, new character and a new cinematic. The new cinematic's great. I'll give you that. The new cinematic was great, but you know, co-op campaign or some kind of story mode or story development or something would be nice. But what are you gonna do? Again, focusing entirely on the service-based, the PvP thing. What else? Diablo 3, nothing at all. This is what I was actually going to build up to, but Darker decided to rush me. Diablo 3 has apparently been utterly and completely abandoned, which I really have no idea what I'm going to make of that at this point. Like, I don't understand why Diablo 3 has been effectively completely abandoned. I have... you know, nothing to add to that. Pity, I guess. At this point, I mean, I keep hoping for like a Diablo 4 if they're not going to do another Diablo 3 expansion, but at this point, who knows? And then, of course, Hearthstone. Ironically, of all the games they discussed, Hearthstone is the one who's going to be having the most focus on single player with the new dungeon delving mechanic, which is not only free, but also sounds pretty cool and awesome. I'm actually legitimately looking forward to that. The1 is not aware of the fact that I've been sick for 3 days. So, and I have nothing to add to WoW. So, I guess that's it. I guess that's all I have to say. Kind of disappointed, if I'm being completely honest. Except for the Hearthstone thing. That's the one that I'm really looking forward to. Like I said, I even reinstalled Hearthstone on my phone. So that'll be interesting to try out. I know that I've said this 1,000 times. In fact, this came up like 3 or 4 times during the WoW lore run. I didn't like vanilla that much. Now, am I happy that they're doing legacy servers? Yes, absolutely. I have always been in favor of the idea of player choice and player agency, and I know there are some people who want legacy or vanilla servers, so I'm happy about that. I really legitimately am. It just has absolutely zero interest to me, so I can't really comment on it, you know. I remember vanilla. I leveled 3 characters to 60 in vanilla. I'm quite sick of it. So I do hope that people will be able to enjoy that. The new expansion, I'm going to need more info. And as it happens, I do have the BlizzCon app here, so I can kind of follow through. I think the WoW thing is like next. Hang on, what do we got? Yeah, here we go. Right now, World of Warcraft, what's next, is actually live right now. Or excuse me, will be live in, looks like 8 minutes. So it'll be curious to see what they do. But this might, big asterisk, be the first WoW expansion I don't buy. And it's funny because they started the whole BlizzCon thing with with that big diatribe, that video about, oh, this is how, Blizzard games have affected our lives and blah, blah, blah. And I'm with that, by the way. You know what? When I start flying over Durotar, this is not a joke. When I went back to WoW after being in, my accident and all of the mess that was, and I finally got financially stable, which took about a year after that. When I finally went back to WoW and I first went out over Durotar, taking the flight path over Durotar, that was like coming home to me. So it's not like I don't understand that mentality, but that's probably part of why I'm so upset about this, is because WoW does actually matter to me. We'll see what they do with it. It's entirely possible that the whole PvP thing will be not a focus or kind of on the side, or maybe the other features will make it more relevant. I don't know. Yeah, Dune Marog. Actually, funnily enough, Dune Marog is for me on the Alliance. My first Alliance character was a dwarf. I remember him. I called him Iron Fist. That was his name. He was a paladin, and I loved going through Dune Marog. That was awesome. It was something that I can still remember the music. In fact, hang on just a second. I actually am pretty sure I have this song. Give me just a second, guys. WoW songs are hard to properly collate. Is this it? There it is. You remember this? I don't know if you can hear it. So, I totally get you on the Dune Marog thing. I really do. Okay, let me admit something. You know what will sell this expansion on me? A third faction. The thing I've been talking about for so long. I've been talking about this since freaking Wrath of the Lich King. The war's re-beginning, right? The major leaders are fighting each other. There's actual conquest going. Give me, as the player, the option to not participate in that war. Because I'm not anti-Alliance and I'm not anti-Horde. I never have been. God's sakes, that was the primary theme of Warcraft 3 for fucking... Yeah, that's an interesting point. The third Lich King has been built up the entirety of Legion. Spoiler alert. It's not really that big of a spoiler, but yeah. Where's the other song? Sorry, there's one other song I want to play really quick. If I can find it. I think this is it. There it is. So... kind of, yeah, darker. Class halls, I actually imagine they will abandon class halls going forward. We allied against the Legion. Now we're separating out again. Also, I'm not going to say that it's breaking the lore, because we don't know why the war has restarted yet. We just know that the war restarted. So, not enough information. Although I swear to freaking God, if their entire purpose, if their casus belli for attacking the Horde is the incident at the Broken Shore, I call bullcrap on that. I mean, granted, in real life, I probably do someone, but I don't know what it's called. No, that's not it. I mean, in real life, we've had wars waged for stupider reasons. I'm not going to deny that. But god damn it. This isn't it, is it? No. I think this is it's one. You notice Jaina wasn't even in the CGI cinematic, by the way. Yeah, the Bucket War. Great example. The Bucket War was so stupid. So. And what Takoida is saying is something else that's occurring to me. A lot of people, I know not all of you have played through Legion, but we kind of took it on the teeth during Legion. I mean, we may have won, but we took a lot of losses during Legion. And I mean a lot. A lot of people died, a lot of material, a lot of men. Where the hell are we suddenly going back to full-out war between the Horde and the Alliance? Unless that's the point. That can be done, story-wise. A war of broken forces could be the beginning. So, let me put it to you in a different way. You remember how Pandaria, my favorite expansion, by the way, lore, obviously. In the beginning of Pandaria, it was like, what the hell is this? Like, it's like we took a sudden left turn out of nowhere. However, we started with this sudden left turn, and then as Pandaria developed, it started expanding and going in a better direction, and overall tying into most of the threads that had been started in Cataclysm, and becoming part of the main story, right? And then ending with the conclusion of the war against the disgusting Horde. So, I'm hoping, big fingers crossed here, I'm hoping that that's the direction they want to go with here. You know, we start off a broken war between two powers, right? And then we weave into another direction. I mean, we still have tons and tons of the void buildup that happened throughout all of Legion, and some of Warlords, if you remember. I have no idea, though. This is all pure speculation. Who frickin' knows at this point? Oh, absolutely not, Necro. In fact, I would love it if we see some genuine political changes as a result of this. Give me, give me some consequences. Give me some changes to the status quo, and that I'm all favor of. If anything, that's probably one of the biggest reasons why this irritates me. This doesn't sound like moving forward in the status quo. This sounds like taking a step back, you know? Alright, we beat the Legion, now let's kill each other, right? We'll see what they do with it. We'll see what they do with it. But, yeah. Mass Res, Little Billy. Looked like Mass Res to me. Oh, there's the WoW panel, which just started. Again, I cannot stream this because it would be illegal. This is the stuff that I had to pay for. Do you want me to give my reactions live? That's up to you. I could keep this going or not. That's up to you guys. Actually, you know what? Why don't we just do this? I'm going to switch my headphones. Come on, give me the view. There we go. So you shouldn't be able to hear it now at all, so I'm nice and legal. Here, let's just start the music there, so you have something to listen to other than me. No, I cannot, Zawan. I looked into this over the week. So, World of Battle of Azeroth is what he's talking about first. Don't worry, I'll be doing a summary at some point in the future. The new shirt is Horde versus Alliance. It looks like... yeah, it's Sylvanas and Anduin. Anduin in the lion helmet. Yeah, why? Sorry. So they're trying to reinforce the foundations of Warcraft. And now he's mentioning all of the evil powers we've fought over the years. What? Hellscream on a DeLorean. However, no matter what we're doing, we always care about our factions first. We do what we do for the Horde or for the Alliance. Sigh. Uh-huh. Just... Okay. Looks like they're having an intro event, kind of like the Broken Shore, that will be taking place at the Battle for the Undercity. What song, Magister? You want me to just turn off the music? I can just turn off the music if you really want me to. Why would the Horde burn down Teldrassil? Which is actually a really good question, when you think about it. We have druids too, after all. And they fixed the whole... God, I can't remember his name. Oh, god damn it, really? He's just teasing lore now. Xavius, thank you. Called this. He's talking about trying to separate the kingdoms out. Alliance universally on the east, Horde universally on the west. So, pushing the Night Elves and the Draenei out of the west, and pushing the Blood Elves and the Forsaken out of the east. Kind of saw this coming. Talking about navies now. And then he says there's no boats. Christ, dude. Paraphrasing. It doesn't matter who fired the first shot. It is our duty as Alliance and Horde. Wow, the Horde P are way louder. To defend our people, our families, and our homes. Mm-hmm. There's the resource mention. Both armies are resource-starved. With no external threat, we turn our anger towards each other. God, we deserve to die. All of us. So here's the Kultiras. Excuse me, I know how to pronounce it, dude. And Zandalar thing. I know, little Billy. It really does sound like they're doing the 2.0 revamp of Old World. So here's Kultiras. Jesus Christ. 2,500 years ago. Okay, get into something relevant. 4 houses rule Kultiras right now. with 3 main territories. There's actually a map here. Looks like 3 regions. 3 zones, I should say. Drustvar, Tiragard Sound, and Stormsong Valley. Oh, is it Roxanne? Oh, God damn it. Whatever. Yeah, seriously, so what? I don't know, Cyric. Ugh, liquid. Ugh. So Veralis is going to be there. Capital city. Catherine Proudmoore. Who? Okay. Jaina's mother is apparently alive. And she's apparently not a Dreadlord, guys. Looks like a new model for the subrace thing for humans. And lots of South Sea pirates in the Kultiras area. And they're actively attacking Kultiras. Hence, dragging the Alliance in to help defend. Excuse me. He hasn't been mentioned yet, someone. He hasn't been mentioned yet. They're playing some of the music now from Kultiras' area. I wish I could show this to you guys. I have to admit, as ever, Blizzard's art team is amazing. Whatever else I might say, Blizzard's art team is phenomenal. Looks awesome. Very... God, I don't know what to call this. Swedish, I guess? Like Northern Germanic? I don't know what to call this. The architecture style is new. Lots of mountains, lots of snow, lots of... Yeah, Nordic, thank you. Lots of trees. Yeah, you guys will see pictures in the future. They're having undead problems. Oh. Sounds like it, Shadow Machine. What? I mean, he's just talking over and over about how this place is cursed. Sorry. And Drustvar apparently will be playable. Not for us, of course. So here's Drustvar, the cursed foresty area. The ruling house... And what is it, Ravencrest? Is that the D&D guy? The very well-known vampire lord? I can't think of his damn name. Anyways... So it's super cursed. Still looks very pretty. Of course it does. Again, Blizzard. Looks nice and abandoned, too. Is it Stroud? Anyways, I'm getting some serious Stroud, or whatever it is, vibes from this. Because the leading house people have been missing... And they're under a curse right now, and the undead are kind of running rampant, so... Oh, Ravencrest is Night Elves. My bad. I was getting names screwed up. No, they haven't yet, Leander. I hope so, Spirit of Memory. I'm not getting into the PvP of this. I swear to God. I've even enjoyed PvP, you know? Is it Ravenloft? No, it is Curse of Stroud. It's Stroud is what I'm thinking of. So here's Stormsong Valley, which is the resource place, ruled by Stormsong. Oh, that's cute. Old gods. Excuse me. He's not saying that, but he's like, there's these people who have a heavy religious tint, who have a great connection to the sea. He's got the outfit, by the way, it's the frickin' outfit that we all... You remember the outfit that was data mined like months ago? It's that outfit. It's the Kulturas tentacle outfit. So, yeah, old gods. Oh no! Some horrible forces are attacking from the sea. And apparently Quillbors. I'm not sure what's up with that. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Wow, that's right up there with the Valley of the Four Winds. That is gorgeous. I need to conquer this place just so I can settle there someday. For the Horde or whatever. I'm sorry I can't show you guys. Pictures will be up later, I swear. Not on my show. Other shows. Yeah, the music's really good too. Again, I wish I could play it for you. But I would like to keep my show. Yeah, this is genuinely gorgeous. Holy crap. So. So now we're going to Zandalar. Oh, apparently pictures are already up on MMO Champion. They've got to be uploading those super fast. I am, of course, a huge fan of troll lore and the trolls in general in Warcraft, so woo. Yes, I know. Trolls are awesome, dude. So, powerful. This is the second time they've mentioned a powerful navy. Why do they keep emphasizing the naval tint? You notice that? I mean, we've got Kulturas, which is the naval nation of the Old Alliance, and we've got the Zandalari, where they're emphasizing the powerful navy. So when we get there, Zandalar is a mess, of course. What a shock. Forgive me. So, we've got Zuldazar. That's one zone. So I've got something, Ryan VG. So, capital, Golden City, King. Whoa! I actually like the outfit on Rastakhan and Talanji. So there's a uprising going on. Please tell me it's against Zul. Because that would make total sense. Also, the blood trolls are invading. What are blood trolls? Oh, that looks so cool! Sorry. I love troll architecture, too. Zuldrak was one of my favorite zones. I'd say my third favorite zone overall in Wrath. I love the... Well, normally I'd call them Hydra, but I don't know what to call that mounts there. And they are proper Zandalari model trolls rather than typical trolls, so that'll be cool to play as one of those. Of course, there's raptors. There's got to be raptors. Ruins, got to be ruins. I mean, this place has been wrecked after all. And Alliance invaders, got to be Alliance invaders. Roximus has mentioned me in Discord. What? Oh. Okay. Nesmir's the next zone. The swampland. Oh, here's the blood trolls. So they've got the typical troll, the troll models we have available right now. So yeah, blood troll headquarters. Why? Why? We're apparently going to be working with several of the Loa in Nazmir to go against the blood, including one zombie, excuse me, is going to be there. Of course, there's a Titan facility there. Why is every Titan facility have a weapon that can wipe out all life on the world? Why is every Titan facility have that? I mean, yeah, I know the Titans are evil. I've been saying that for years now. So here's Nazmir visually. Ooh. Very swampy, but not as blech as, like, not as monochromatic as the Swamp of Sorrows. Which is actually harder to pull off than you think. Try designing a swamp sometime that doesn't look boring. This looks great. Lots of reds, blues, deep greens, bright whites, bright blues. A lot of color variety here. Yeah, I agree. A lot of jade feels there. Also, giant undead trolls. You know, Shadow Machine, that wouldn't even surprise me at this point. There's some blood trolls. They look like trolls. Yeah, the zones do look very good. I'll give you that, Grimoire. So now we got a desert. I love deserts. Deserts and snow areas. Oh, the Akir. You know, A-Q-I-R. What? So apparently the Zandalari exile their criminals as punishment to this desert. What? There's also fox people here called the Volpera. Yeah, I spelled it right, or pronounced it right, Volpera. And they've got some snake people who are called the Sethrak. Not sure what's up with them. What time is it? I need to... Sorry, I'll be right back, guys. I need to shut down a little bit. I didn't realize how late it was. The desert looks really nice. Actually, the desert looks really, really nice. Again, multi-toned, not just sand. So that's awesome. There's the snake people. Looks like the snake people are using the, oh, come on, reconnect. Reconnect. Oh, God, I lost freaking connection. The Worgen skeleton. Yeah, the stream just completely crashed. I just tried to reload it and it's still gone. I'm gonna try one more thing here. Oh, you guys lost it too? Well, great. I'll just leave it there for a second. As my voice slowly gives out more and more. Oh, it's back, Okay, character stories. Thrall, Sylvanas, Anduin, and Jaina. Yes, I know. I like Jaina's new outfit a lot, by the way. I don't like Anduin's. It's kind of ugly. Thrall shouldn't have story. So, they're going to explain where the hell Jaina was during Legion. I don't care about Thrall. Sorry. I mean, I did. So, they're also going to be doing more Zvoljan's story. He is being represented by an urn of ashes. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was actually a big fan of Thrall, and I even defended him as a character, where a lot of people hated him. But his story's done. He should be done. Yep. 6 new zones, 2 continents. Basically 3 each, too. What? So basically each faction is going to have the 3 zones. Your 3. The 3 for Alliance and the 3 for Horde. But it sounds like you go to the other one as well. I don't know yet, Zoan. Hey, Trinius. I don't care about the war. Sorry. So there's going to be a war main story. One for the Alliance, one for the Horde. That's going to go through the game, through the expansion. Including leveling and past leveling. Yeah, that's what it sounds like, Skakoan. It sounds like you level up in your 3 zones, and then you go to the other 3 zones to attack the enemy or whatever. World quests, emissaries, at 120. Shrug. I mean, they have done some good stuff with world quests. Not all good stuff. Yeah, come on. So here's sub races. It's hard to remain neutral. Watch me! So apparently there's actually going to be a story arc specifically to try and reach out to get to the the sub-races, in order to try and drag them into the Horde or the Alliance. With the Nightborn, the Void Elves, Alliance gets Void Elves. Sigh. Once you have done that story arc, then you can make that race. So that's nice. So Lightforged Draenei are going to be one of the Alliance ones. So we've got Void Elves and Lightforged Draenei. We've got Nightborn. That's going to be Horde. Allied races begin at 20. It's weird. Yeah, I know, right, Little Billy? Why would you start at 20 of all levels? Start at 70, if anything. It's okay, guys. You can drop the $10 or whatever to change your character into the new race, or to boost them. What? If you level an allied race from 20 to 110, you gain, you unlock a new heritage armor specific for that allied race. Sounds cosmetic oriented. They are adding more allied races. I guess I should start using that phrase instead of sub-races. They're adding more allied races in the future. So, okay, Horde get the Nightborn, the High Mountain Tauren, and the Zandalari Trolls. No, we kind of knew about the Nightborn and the High Mountain thanks to the data mining. The Alliance get Void Elves, Lightforged Draenei, and Dark Iron Dwarves. But Dark Iron are already part of the Alliance. Like now. Actively. Just for you, Zoan. Okay, so now they're showing a video about it. So there's the Nightborn. Oh no, that's the Void Elf, excuse me, which actually looks really, really cool. Not as cool as I was hoping, but still pretty cool. Tauren. Mostly the antlers are different, as they were in Legion. Lightforged Draenei. Different skin color, different eye color, and of course, the tattoos. Nightborn look really, really awesome. We all know what Nightborn look like. Okay, so they're showing off the racial armor, too. The Dark Iron armor looks really, really cool. And Zandalari, who, of course, we know exactly what Zandalari look like. And Zandalari armor also looks really cool. In fact, I might go out of my way to get that for my Draenei. I know that sounds weird. What? This is probably going to be talking about the 2.0 vanilla revamp. He's talking about how uneven leveling is right now. You know, 1 to 60 is great, then you just smash into the brakes up to 70, 60 to 70, then 70 to 80 is kind of an issue. And of course, he's also talking about what I refer to as the green line and the gray line, which I've talked about several times before. In other words, the idea being that gameplay-wise, you want to leave a zone as you're leveling through it, but story-wise, you want to stay in a zone to conclude the story. So this is probably going to be the scaling across vanilla thing, or excuse me, across old world thing that we've talked about before, that they've talked about before. Not sure what I think of that. So yeah, scaled tech for the entire game, actually, apparently, for everything, not just old world. No, Shadow Machine. 39 other people. That's all I got to say about that. Okay, apparently it isn't pure scaling. So there's going to be a level range for the scaling, for the zones. Welcome Bear. Who remembers Welcome Bear from Western Plagues? I still don't have 9 other people to raid with. And it sounds like each area will be capped based on expansion. So all the vanilla stuff capped at 60, all the BC stuff capped at 70, etc. Really? But I don't want to level in Burning Crusade. She spelled Garrosh wrong. So, BC is going to be 60 to 80. Northrend's going to be 60 80. Cat is going to be 80 to 90. Pandaria is going to be 80 to 90. So you can skip an expansion completely if you want to. Now, I'm kind of with that, because it means I can completely skip BC if I was leveling. But why would I ever want to level in BC? Also applies to dungeons within each expansion range. So this is coming out before the expansion. Maybe Shadow Machine, but still probably not. Yes, I do, Little Billy. So, 7.3.5 is when this is going live. So, pretty soon. Uh-oh. No, Gnarlix. What? Yes. I'm not sure if I can talk about this. This is kind of spoilery. Basically, all I'm going to say is Silithus, for those of you who know what I'm talking about. And... what? So, artifact weapons will be consigned to history. He doesn't say how. Apparently there will be a story quest getting rid of the artifacts. But when we go talk to Magni, and when we talk to Azeroth, we will gain a new necklace called the Heart of Azeroth, which will also be an artifact. Her life essence is seeping throughout the world in a substance known as Azerite. When you counter Azerite throughout the game, that'll level up your medallion. Unlike artifact weapons, this isn't something that you're going to customize or have a trait tree. However, it will serve as a power source to unlock additional properties on your armor and sets. Okay, here we go. I need to look at this. Okay. So, 4 talent lines and 4 concentric cones. The more Azerite you have in your necklace, the more circles you can add to your helmet in this case. This is a shaman in this case, but there's no details. So I don't know what the abilities are. Looks like each piece of armor that can be improved by the necklace will have a separate icon or outline, excuse me, to indicate it. Looks like it's going to be helmets, shoulders, and chest pieces. Looks like, if from the way he's saying it, it sounds like all helms will have helm traits. All chest pieces will have chest piece traits. So even if you swap in a new helmet, you can then just get the same thing on it. So here's the island thing that they were talking about earlier. Oh my god, dude. An island is apparently a body of land surrounded by water on all sides. So, expeditions. So we're... So this is part of the resource war between the Alliance and the Horde. Trying to claim all of the islands in the seas. South Sea, cough, cough. I don't know, so on. Okay, context. Come on, dude. Okay. It's scenarios. It's scenarios. 3-player co-op. Which is good. I actually really liked scenarios in Pandora, and I really wish they would do more with that. No, Mikaris, not yet. So, you hit an island. You got the 3 players. The island you get is randomized, and the objectives on the island are randomized. And yeah, there's the Oyster Reef, Scarlet Isle, and Krill Island are the 3 they're showing here. I hope so, Little Billy, so we can kill them again. So, cool. Mogu. He's not really saying anything new here. Forgive me. Wow. Oh no. Okay. So, in any given island, there's also going to be 3 NPCs from the opposing faction, Alliance or Horde. However, they're going to be using the new AI that they've been working on since Pandaria, if you remember. So there's going to be a whole new AI running them, and they're going to be also trying to complete the objectives that you are trying to complete. So it's a competitive race, effectively, at that point. There is also, if you want, a PvP mode, where you can get 3 other players rather than 3 other AI. So now they're talking about the Warfront stuff. Bet you this is Siege stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Battle for Azeroth. Alliance and Horde should hate each other. Blah, blah, blah. What does large-scale battle mean to us? It means Lineage 2! So, what? So he's specifically referencing Warcraft 3 here, which is funny because Warcraft 3 wasn't that large scale. I mean, you had, what, like 12 units on average? We've done bigger than that in WoW. So, he's just describing a Warcraft 3 generic map, you know. You have a base, they have a base, you build up, you take out their expansions, you go after them. So they are trying to rebuild the RTS gameplay in WoW. $20-player raid. On one side or the other. The enemy will be NPCs. AI. Sorry about the noise, it's raining out. Okay. So yeah. Oh, come on. You will actually be, as a raid, deciding what buildings to build as you build up your base. And troops. Looks like there's going to be a food cap, there's lumber, there's gold, and what looks like metal. That might be oil, too. But yeah, so basically, for all intents and purposes, the attempt to recreate an RTS in WoW. I agree, Gnarlex. All I've been talking about so far is PvE stuff. So now he's going to talk about PvP stuff. New arenas, one for Zeldalar and one for Kulturas. New battleground. The Seething Shore. Which is off the coast of Silithus. He's trying not to spoil stuff in Silithus. What does that mean? Okay. So the idea is that it's going to be control point capture like Arathi Basin. However, the actual control points will not be static. Each time you join the battleground, they will spawn in a random location. When I say random, I imagine it's actually like one of however many scripted locations. Looks like after you have claimed one, a new one actually spawns. So you have to constantly be moving. And the new arenas and the new battleground will be happening in 7.3.5. Just like the scaling thing. They're going to add more mutations to PvP brawls. I do think that's a good thing. World PvP. Now there's a conscientious term. Or contentious, excuse me, turn. We'll see, Fallout, but it sounds like it. Did I just lose connection again? Really? Come on. Also, hashtag other players while we're on the subject. He actually literally mentions the idea of ganking quest mobs as a world PvP feature. I didn't know that enforced trolling was considered a feature nowadays. So yeah, it's just sitting here, not loading. So I have no idea what they're doing with World PvP. I am actually curious. I mean, World PvP has been an issue in discussion since the 90s, the late 90s, when it comes to MMO design. Oh, for God's sakes, let's try rebooting the thing. Hang on. Come on. There we go. Okay. Probably Warlock. I'm sorry, he's just still rambling about World PvP here. What? He'd better explain that. He's talking about removing PvP and PvE servers. Okay, okay. No, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. This is good. This is good. There's going to be a toggle that you'll be able to switch between being PvP and PvE. Like, complete. So, if you switch it to PvP, you're effectively on a PvP server at that point. Full faction conflict. If you switch it off, you can completely avoid that. So people like me won't have my quest NPCs being killed by people who want the other experience. And they will be able to interact with people who also want that experience. Finally, sundering the line between those two things. No, it's not like that, Cyric, because I could go out on a PvE server right now and encounter PvPers. He's talking about a lot of things they were discussing to encourage world PvP. Bounty Hunter quests comes to mind. Kind of sounds like it, Leander. Oh, God damn it, I keep losing the stream. Come on. You're in the middle of talking about something I actually give a crap about. Hang on, you know what? Let's see if I can pull it up on my PC. This is stupid. Let me mute the desktop audio really quick so it doesn't go on. Okay, this is funny. It's not loading on the PC either. Really? It's not loading on my PC or my phone. Come on. Come on. Literally not loading. On either of my devices. There he goes. Here, talk to me. Oh, I have the wrong headphones in. I need to switch. There we go. So, each faction gets separate level up dungeons. I'm actually in favor of that. Here, let me move this over. Mythic Keystones is a system they're going to keep using. Shrug. Sounds like improvements to LFG for Mythic Plus dungeons. Yes, keep making and dungeons. Lots of dungeon focus. Dungeon focus. So we've got Freehold. You know what Freehold is, right? If you don't, it's a pirate place. We've known about this for a while. It's going to be in the Kultiras area for the Alliance. The fat human model looks so weird. Oh, video. Looks cool. You guys can't hear it, right? Just to make sure I'm clear on this. I mean, I guess I could unmute it for just a little bit. Blizzard, I'm not doing this here, so you can kind of hear the music. Ogres with shark weapons. I like it. Fat pirates. Gotta have fat pirates. The Tomb of Zandalari Kings on the Horde side. So, undead dinosaurs. Sounds fun. Oh, new thing. I probably shouldn't play the music. I don't want to. I don't want to get copyrighted on this one. Okay, that undead T-Rex actually looks really cool. I love me some troll architecture. This place looks awesome. I didn't have that problem myself, Grimoire. I liked the dungeons and the zones, but I'm a weirdo. What? No, Tesla. God, no. What are you talking about? I don't know, Dr. Nimbus. $10 dungeons at launch. Probably 6 specific and then 4 neutral. Yeah, by the way, Kazan is one of the dungeons. That's interesting. Siege of Borealis is one of them, too. Well, Kazan was awesome. Probably Magister. So yeah, we're going to after what is probably a failed expedition to Kazan. Raids. Uldir. That's the Titan facility. I don't want to deprive anyone of learning the story the way that should be through data mined broadcast texts. So, Uldir. No, I mean Uldir. Little Billy. It's the place where they were studying the old gods. It's been sealed away for 10 years. Cool. What in God's name is that? Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, I don't want to fight that either. It's a giant, gross thing. I don't even know what to call it. Depends on what you define as continent, Tesla. Major continents? None in the world. Finally! We're going to be fighting Queen Azshara. She also has a new look. Also, if Azshara's in, then that almost guarantees an old god connection. Am I, Cloud? I'm tired and sick and kind of just weird, so I'll take that as a compliment. What? That's a weird thing to say. What's the point in conquering Azeroth if there's nothing left to claim? Yeah, that's kind of been my point for the last, like, 15 years. Now, being honest, as much as I have been a trying to be neutral person when it comes to Sylvanas and the Forsaken, it sounds a lot like what's happening here is Sylvanas is the one who provoked the war. And that kind of sucks, actually, especially since the recent book, as I've already talked about, the one that Christy Golden's working, has actually been graying her out more, you know, making her less of a kind of an evil character. Like, if you remember, one of the things I talked about was that Sylvanas' motivations really matter for understanding her character, because, small spoilers for Legion here, she was deliberately trying to take control of the Valkyr in one of the quest arcs in Legion. Now, one of the things I theorized on, and we didn't know, was whether or not she was doing that for her own selfish interests, or if she was doing that for her people. And it was left kind of in the vague. What we have now learned is it was actually primarily for her people, but at the same time that she still has her own selfish interests, that she specifically does not want to be war chief of the Horde and wants to go after her own things. And I have a feeling that's going to lead to the reignition, of the war. It's over, by the way. The event's over. So, I would actually prefer Greymane to be the instigator, not just because I hate his damn guts, but because it makes more sense, to be blunt. Sylvanas right now, and again, in the book, she acknowledges how weak her position is and how hesitant she is to do some of the things she wants to. So I can imagine Sylvanas would want to do things that would provoke a war, but would be like, Greymane is a lot less holding himself back. He's the kind of person who will be like, let's do it, go! Just like he did during Legion, if you'll remember. Greymane didn't give a crap about anything. And so he just decided to jump into it in Legion. So it would make more sense to me if Greymane started it. But let's be clear, it doesn't matter who started it. I mean, I'm not trying to be pro-Alliance or pro-Horde here. Again, that's not my agenda. What else is going on right now? Where's the schedule? Where are we? So Blizzard Social What's Next is going on right now. I missed the Starcraft 2 What's Next thing because it was going on at the same time as the WoW thing. Oh, absolutely. Little Billy asks, do I think the burning of Teldrassil could be a false flag operation? For those of you who don't remember, the war between the Alliance and the Horde that was started during Cataclysm was started by a false flag operation that was specifically pushed by the Twilight's Hammer. Now, there are plenty of reasons for the Alliance and the Horde to have gone to war, and they still went to war, but the actual incident, the spark that ignited it, was done as a deliberate provoking attempt by a third party to get the two forces to fight each other. So, I mean, we've literally already seen this happen. I have no doubt that that this could happen again. I wonder. It's not going to let me look at the VOD now. I was hoping I could just look at the VOD right now and see what they're doing with StarCraft, but it looks like it's not up yet unless I'm just looking in the wrong direction. Yeah, I saw Mirahan and Horner, which are the same commander somehow, and then there's a new map, but that's all I know. I don't know if I could see Greymane doing that. He's very much been a kind of a person. I'm pretty sure I can actually show you the video, because that's already been released publicly. So why don't we watch it together? Give me just a second. I'm going to pull it here, download it, and then I will watch it while you watch it with me. God, my voice is getting worse and worse. Where is it? Where's the damn video? I was just looking at it. Yeah, I know. I'm probably going to cut off the stream soon, one way or the other, just because my voice is dying on me. Here it is. Found it. It's on Twitter. Can I pull a video off Twitter? Let's find out. Looks like I can. I actually have no more drink here. I'd have to go grab a fresh drink. I sound like an old Tara. I'd rather sound like a Lich King, but you know. Oh, here we go. Okay, it looks like it's done. Alright, so I'm going to mute this so you don't hear that. No, Blizzard has their own. You have to log in to watch it site, Tesla. Because I bought the virtual ticket. Give me just one moment, guys. Sorry about this. Ooh, that is terrible quality. Hang on just a second. No, it is not, Bragwin. We do not yet have the final raid on Argus. Okay, so it's really small. So it's kind of low quality, forgive me, but...
Hello, husband. Mira, what do you want? Oh, it's been a long time. Look what you've done. Started another war, gotten into trouble with angry aliens, blown up cities without me. I am so disappointed.
Raynor and I have this under control.
No, you do not. You need my mercenaries. Come with me, and I will help you.
We could really use more numbers.
I'm waiting.
Ever the odd couple, Mira Han and Admiral Matt Horner combine the explosive power of reckless mercenaries with the military precision of the Dominion Air Fleet. Between the two of them, they'll achieve almost anything, except for marital harmony.
No time for romance, husband. Enemies are on the way.
Mirahan brings a number of high-speed units to the table that deal a lot of explosive burst damage, though they are fragile. Fortunately, her salvage ability lets her and her ally recover a portion of a friendly unit's total cost after it's destroyed.
Interesting.
Han can also strategically upgrade her forces, granting them powerful bonuses. Some of these have effects that will trigger when they die. Because what's the point of being a mercenary if you can't be as ruthless as possible? Han remains close to the action by watching the battle unfold from any of her starports, mobile production structures that provide reinforcements. They can be upgraded to manufacture automated drone fighters for extra offensive power.
So,
lastly,
carrier manufactories?
The magnetic mines are best for protecting her base or setting up traps on the battlefield. If things get really messy, she can use space platform reallocation to teleport a station into her enemies.
Oh my god.
Destroying it and everything in its radius.
I guess our long, sordid history is good for something, Mira.
As Mira's better half, Admiral Horner retains a force of elite units that he commands from his Dominion starport, which is available from the start of the mission. Once Horner's personnel are ready to go, they can be called down instantly to support your forces.
Spawning aircraft
Horner can
wherever.
also build bomber platforms, allowing him to command precision strikes against the enemy. These will deal bonus damage to structures, and they can be used often from his top bar.
Cool.
Precision strikes are particularly effective when paired with Horner's Ravens, which have advanced radar systems.
Also
Calling
cool.
the fleet is Horner's second top bar ability, and it summons the Admiral's many ships to fire rapidly on the battlefield to devastating effect.
It's an actual orbital strike.
Opposites attract, and this has never been more true than with Han and Horner. Two commanders with vastly different styles that can still work together perfectly.
That actually
Give them
sounds
some
like
love,
fun.
And they might just give you the greatest victory in the galaxy.
And so the fun begins.
Maybe for you.
And remember, all of these are going to be level 5. Free up to level 5. So that'll be a thing once that goes live. Once they update that to include the free-to-play model they're doing with Starcraft, so that'll be nice. And no, Tesla, I've been sick for the last several days. Thank you for assuming, no. What do we got here? Seeing what else we have. Okay, nope, that's old. That's old. I know, right, Dakota? I kind of like the idea of basically a playstyle centered around airstrike, so we'll see how it is in action. I plan to try it out myself, obviously, since it's going to be free until level 5. So what do we got here? Virtual ticket. Yeah, give me some virtual ticket videos. So here's the demo video. Oh my god, they have like 30-minute videos up showcasing the new zones. Holy crap. It's going in and out. I have no liquid, so it kind of gets worse when I don't have anything to drink. What do we got for StarCraft? Anything for StarCraft? No, nothing for StarCraft. Yeah. Oh well, sorry guys. Where's the schedule again? So they're going to talk about the Hearthstone thing pretty soon here, and then Overwatch is going to be later this evening, and they have a very small section for Diablo, and that's it. So I guess that's actually it. No, I can't actually show them to you. That's why it's just me in front of a basic background here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, the Hearthstone thing isn't even up yet. I'm gonna go ahead and chop this off. My throat is getting worse and worse, and I gotta play a premiere run starting tomorrow. So thank you all for joining me for this extended reaction restream thing, and I hope to see you sometime in the future.